We welcome you in live now to Macon Coliseum for the first time in quite a while as the Macon Mayhem have their home opener tonight against the Huntsville Havoc, looking to build on a strong season last year with an early playoff exit. I'm Graham Tuck with Joe Kopshow. Both of these teams have gotten off to strong starts in the early going. Huntsville 2-0 with wins over Roanoke and Pensacola. An Austin Alger hat trick last night fueled them to a 6-2 win at home against the Ice Flyers, and they come to Macon tonight for their first meeting with the Mayhem this season. Macon, on the other hand, coming in with a 1-0-1 record. Both games that they've played in so far this season have gone to the shootout, and they're 1-1 in those two games with a 2-1 shootout loss in Pensacola and a 4-3 shootout win in Birmingham last night. Joe, this team is noticeably different from a year ago. A lot of new faces, but quite a good number of returners, and some of the staples of the game have carried over. This is the team that Dave Shinichny wanted to build last season, never really got the opportunity, and now with a full offseason under his belt, you can see the identity starting to take shape.
Yeah, 6 months since hockey was last year at the Macon Coliseum, and there are a lot of holdovers. The defense still strong, the goaltending still very strong, but now you're seeing this build of offense. 4 goals, of course, in that shootout win, and you really felt last season if the Mayhem could hit that 3-goal mark, they were going to be one of the best teams in the league, and now they're hitting that mark. They've hit that mark consistently through 2 games, so you really like what you see in the carryovers on the defensive side, the offensive side getting much better as well.
Last year, you mentioned that 3-goal mark. Last year for the Mayhem, when they held their opponent to under 3 goals, 17-1-2. When they allowed 3 or more, 3-30-3. Just an absolutely insane stat there that they just could not get goal support and win in shootout fashion, in high-scoring affairs, I should say. But this year, already proving that to not be the case. They've hung tight in both games, and winning a high-scoring game like they did last night is something that you'd love to see more of. Obviously, Coach Shinichny wants to keep pucks out of their own net, but you get what I'm going for there.
And this is really the test in front of your hometown crowd. You expect that burst of energy to fuel the offense even more, and especially when you're going against a Huntsville Havoc team that has been known for its great goalkeeping over the years, being one of the top teams in the league year after year. You really want to see that offense not just stay complacent with, hey, let's get 2-3 pucks in the net, let's get 5-6, and let's get this crowd behind us as the season moves forward.
Well, one thing that carried over from last year, you talk about some identity holdovers. Special teams was great last year on the penalty killing side for the Mayhem, not so much on the power play side. You've already seen both sides of special teams clicking for the Mayhem so far this year.
Yeah, the power play was excellent in yesterday's game, multiple goals, and you really look to build off that right now, a 22.2 percentage on converting. You want to even build that up even more, but if you can really take advantage, that's where you have to get to the Havoc. As mentioned, they're one of the top teams in the league year after year. If you can take advantage of the moments they give you, of course, on the power play, you have a chance. So far, the Mayhem have been doing that. They need to continue.
Absolutely. That 75% penalty kill clip through 2 games, pretty solid. Last year, it was even higher through an entire season, one of the staples of this team's identity for sure. Let's talk a little bit more about that Birmingham game for the Mayhem. Falling behind quickly is something that you saw a lot of last year. You see it last night, down 2-0 at the midway mark of the first period, but finding a way to get back in it, not just get back in it, but capitalize on power play opportunities before even the end of the first. Crawl back to tied at 3 by the end of regulation and just holding strong through overtime in the shootout. It's an encouraging fight to see from this team.
And again, we saw it last year. We saw the signs with the Macon Mayhem. They would punch back and they would be in the game, but they would just lose it at the end or just be a little bit short. Last night they came out, they matched 2-2 going in to the third period, and then were able to build on that and eventually send it to overtime. And of course, we mention the defense all the time. Credit to Bailey Birkin, who allows those 2 goals in, not necessarily his fault. Lots of good shots coming in from Birmingham, but then he stands strong for a lot of the game, and especially in that shootout, he was an extremely impressive.
Just absurd numbers for Bailey Birkin so far, 72 of 76. He had a penalty shot save in overtime last night, and he's 10 for 12 on shootout attempts so far this season. So just overall 11 for 13 on penalty shot attempts. That's just nuts for your first 2 games of the year. but we won't see him tonight. It'll be Josh Boyko in between the pipes for the Mayhem. Goaltending was a staple of this team last year. It kept them in a lot of games, and it looks like that's continuing so far.
And Boyko is stepping right up. I mean, Boyko was the go-to guy at multiple points last season, and now he gets a chance. Of course, we mentioned Birkin, his excellence. Well, he probably needs a day off, especially after a night like last night. So Boyko getting the chance to step up, and we will say, it's not the same goalie as Birkin. Birkin's 6'3", Boyko 5'10". Boyko has to move around a little bit more, be a bit more aggressive, good with the glove. Birkin, kind of that wall you expect. Expect a little bit more flashiness from Boyko, a little bit more aggressiveness. But he is on the same level at Birkin as we saw all last season.
Absolutely. Birkin has been unbelievable. Time to see Josh Boyko for the first time this year tonight. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll bring you the starters here in Macon. Home opener for the Macon Mayhem coming up after this. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Joining the celebration is Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35+ years of serving Middle Georgia with top quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products, no problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Macon.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC. One team.
Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Veterans Guardian provides a level of service that is unparalleled in the industry. Our mission is to help veterans navigate the VA disability process.
It changes their lives. It's not just the economics of an increased disability compensation. It's the recognition of what has happened to them and that it got recognized and that their service matters.
I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stop by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stop by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action. And don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Time to meet the starting lineups for the Huntsville Havoc and the Macon Mayhem. We'll begin with the visitors up front. It'll be the line of Ethan Lindsay, Cole Reginato, who has been filling up the penalty sheet so far this season, 21 minutes through 2 games, and number 91, Connor Fries, in that forward line as well. On the back end, it'll be Jacob Arsenault and Charlie Risk, who just recently joined the team, made his season debut last night, and had 2 assists in his first game of the season. And it'll be the 3rd consecutive start for Brian Wilson in net. He's got a .937 save percentage and 2.0 goals against average through those 2 starts. For the Mayhem, on defense, it'll be Dominic Della Savita and Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira, a new pairing for the Mayhem. Michael Krupinski joins Parker Allison, the lone returners from the Mayhem last season. They will be on a pair as well. Evan Beers and Nick Deneen matching up on the back end too. Up front, it'll be Connor May centering the 3rd line of Max Messier and Bobby Price, and Josh Boyko, as mentioned, in between the pipes for the first time this season. The top 2 lines for the Mayhem are unchanged. It'll remain Alex Cohen centering Jake Goldowski and Justin Thompson, and Connor Witherspoon centering Mateo Ybarra and Justin Kelly. The extra forwards tonight, John Kelgen and Trevor Grasby, who had 2 assists last night for the first points of his SPHL career. That'll do it for the pregame show here tonight. Stay tuned. First period coming up next. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35-plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top-quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products, no problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Mayhem.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC, one team.
Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Veterans Guardian provides a level of service that is unparalleled in the industry. Our mission is to help veterans navigate the VA disability process.
It changes their lives. It's not just the economics of an increased disability compensation. It's the recognition of what has happened to them and that it got recognized and that their service matters.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. And Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action. And don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for today. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC, one team.
Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Veterans Guardian provides a level of service that is unparalleled in the industry. Our mission is to help veterans navigate the VA disability process.
It changes their lives. It's not just the economics of an increased disability compensation. It's the recognition of what has happened to them and that it got recognized and that the service matters.
Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35 plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products, no problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Macon.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action. And don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle. fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35-plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top-quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Macon.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC. One team.
Welcome back to Macon Coliseum. We saw the whole team announce the Mayhem and the Havoc coming up next for the Mayhem's home opener. It's finally time, as you mentioned, Joe, after 6 months, and a couple of new faces on this Mayhem team have already become contributors. Justin Thompson, the shootout winner in Birmingham last night. Trevor Grasby, 2 assists. And a couple of big names on the back end. Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira, a big free agency addition this offseason for the Mayhem. Dominic Della Savita had a power play assist last night. It seems like it's finally starting to come together for the Mayhem, but this is going to be a huge test for them against a very, very stout Huntsville team.
Yeah, the Havoc absolutely just having their way with the Mayhem last year. Unfortunately, a 6-win performance from them, of course, on all 6 matchups. And really, the Havoc have just dominated the series in the last 5 years. The Mayhem just pulling away 2 wins. So if you really want to test your team, this is certainly the team to do it against.
Yeah, certainly promising things from the Mayhem so far this season, but as mentioned, a big test here. The first look at the red uniforms for the Macon Mayhem. You saw them just a bit ago. New white uniforms for the Huntsville Havoc as well. And this should be a good one. Goaltending matchup. Brian Wilson for the 3rd straight game for the Havoc. Josh Boyko for the first time this season for the Mayhem. It should be a good one, Joe. Definitely excited to see how this one goes. We mentioned a hot start in the pregame. Definitely need to not fall behind early. That's definitely a key for the Macon Mayhem tonight.
Yeah, you want both these teams to come out hot, of course, if you're the respective coaches. But if you're the Mayhem, with this crowd, the first game of the season for them, you want to capitalize on that, use that energy, and come out firing.
May set for the draw against Connor Fries. Hockey is back in Central Georgia as the puck has dropped and we're underway. Risk gains the red, dumps it in after the face-off win for Connor Fries. Bartuccio Pereira in the far corner, can't get it farther along, and now the Havoc are set up. Risk, a shot tipped in front. Might have gotten through cleanly, but a save for Boyko one way or the other, and his new pads get a first test there.
Yeah, that one right into the chest of Boyko, but knuckleballing in, it was a bit tough to find. However, the Mayhem swarm him, allows him enough time to cover, but You would like a couple more bodies out in front to start this game.
So something funny about the new pads for Josh Boyko. He told us in the offseason he got the new setup because he thought that it would match with all 3 jerseys. Obviously, the Mayhem adding the red, getting rid of the blue for this season, and he bought it with the blue uniform in mind. And then he found out that the team's getting new alternates, and he said that he was real nervous for a couple of weeks until he saw the red ones and how well they fit with the new setup. Might need to keep Josh in the loop for that one next time around.
Yeah, put him as a CC on the email thread or something. It looks good, especially that glove. I love the blocker and glove setup.
Yeah. Allison with the slow breakout, tipped into the zone there by Thompson. It'll roll in on Wilson, and he's forced to cover it up as Goldowski was charging in. So an O-zone draw coming up for the Mayhem. You've seen a lot of that lately for the Mayhem. They slowed down the game quite a bit in the first little bit. You didn't see that as much from him last season, from the Mayhem, that is. And we'll take a brief moment here to recognize Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira played in his 100th SPHL game last night. A cool moment for him. And it's also his 100th professional game, all in the SPHL. So stick taps for JBP. Let's talk about Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira for a moment. He's played a lot of SPHL games, and this is not the first stint he's had with the Mayhem. He played in Macon for a little bit back 2 seasons ago, as a chance for Huntsville is broken up there. But he made his way back to Macon this offseason, said he liked what the coaching staff was doing as a shot blocked in front by Krupinski. And he's been a good addition for the back end as the Mayhem get it out. First shift for this line for the Mayhem tonight, Ybarra, Witherspoon, and Kelly. They were huge last night. Ybarra 2 assists, Witherspoon and Kelly a goal apiece. Let's see if they can keep it up tonight. Huntsville gets it in. Boyko, a quick reversal along the boards. Beers fumbles it briefly. He's got 2 bodies on him, eventually muscles it out. Now a 3-on-2 if the Mayhem play it right. Cohen into the zone. Tried to get a quick shot off. It's off the boards and then the outside of the net. Huntsville turns the other way. Goldowski back in the neutral zone. He'll pick it up. Fired ahead to Cohen, who gets it in and just fires it off of Wilson's blocker to the far side. Sent deep from the red line by Craig McCabe. Deneen reversed it back to Dominic Della Savita. This one is tipped into the stands right there in the front row off of a Huntsville stick and out of play. So a draw upcoming. Huntsville looking to attack early here, Joe, but the Mayhem have held strong.
Yeah, you mentioned that first real play that the Mayhem designed, holding up, trying to get a tip and get a breakaway immediately, but Huntsville, it's just a high press. They're always pressing 2 men in their offensive zone even when they don't have the puck, so those 2 different ideologies already going at work on each other.
17:34 left to go in the first. D-zone draw for the Mayhem third line as there's a quick shot off a turnover and a save by Boyko. He had to be ready. Up the wall, Price trying to get it out. May gets by his man, 2-on-1, but the puck gets away from him. Messier was in front of the play, but May couldn't find him there. Reginato stood up by Della Savita. Messier, a big body, gets it to the blue line, but no further, and this one falls back down in play. Fries looked like he thought it was going to go out of play. Tipped out of the zone by Bobby Price. A big free agent acquisition. He's been quiet in the first 2 games, but he had stellar numbers in the FPHL last season as he broke into the pros. Neutral zone possession for Dom Procopio of the Havoc. Talk about Bobby Price last year breaking in after Trine University. He played 4 years there. 6 games with the Port Huron Prowlers in the FPHL last year. Had 4 goals and 4 assists in 6 regular season games, then duplicated that stat line in the playoffs. Krupinski pinches in there. Kelly couldn't make a play. Allison steps up, sends it off Ybarra's stick, and knocked away by Wilson. Witherspoon, a strong forecheck, sends it towards Kelly in the slot. Couldn't find him there. This line is a bunch of puck hounds. Witherspoon, Kelly, and Ybarra, all 3 of them great puck retrieval skills, and all 3 of them relentless forecheckers.
Already seeing the chaos they have caused. A lot of offensive zone time there. No clean shots away, though.
Kelly on the backhand trying to get it up the wall. Life made difficult for him there, and Ybarra will take the puck in the defensive zone. He's knocked into the boards. He'll go off for a change. Into the zone, Huntsville yet again. Paul sends it far corner. Thompson reverses it to Beers, and now the breakout for May. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Thompson, Goldowski, and Cohen. Cohen on the backhand. That shot missed it near side. Looked like Wilson might have gotten a piece of it. Huntsville's looked good in the early going here, as you knew they would, Joe.
Yeah, it's about coming out hot. Huntsville has all that energy in the tank already from a hot start to this season. The Mayhem need to get the crowd behind them, get one or two pure shots right now. Just missing wide, nothing good coming through.
5 minutes gone in the first period, still scoreless. Mayhem and Havoc, both teams' third game of the season. Mayhem 1 win, 1 shootout loss. Huntsville 2-0 on the season. Reginato dodges a check. May takes it away from his man in the corner, and he's able to skate out with it. One man to beat. Connor May moving in. May holds, shoots, misses wide. Back the other way, a 2-on-1 for Huntsville. Here's a shot, a big save by Boyko, and it goes to the outside. Rebound kept in play. 3-on-2 for the Mayhem now. Pace picking up here. Grasby had to slow down, and he moves back to the outside. Krupinski, a shot high into the glove of Wilson, and a stoppage.
The first thing you've noticed from the Havoc is just them finishing all their hits. Anytime there's contact, they're going through with it. That's given them the slight advantage to start.
We'll take a break here. 14:09 left to go in the first, still scoreless.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
We are back here in Macon. 14:09 left to go, first period. It's still scoreless between the Mayhem and the Havoc. Shots on goal, 3 apiece. Offensive zone draw, far side. Blocker side for Brian Wilson. And it will be Ybarra taking the draw. Not usually the center on this line. Witherspoon on the near side hash. A quick shot off the draw for Kelly as they had to redo it. Witherspoon gets back to the puck. New number 19 for Connor Witherspoon. Finds Allison in the slot. He shot it high over the far post. Great look in the slot. First grade A of the game for the Mayhem. And Allison, after missing the net, got back just in time to intercept that neutral zone pass. Ybarra gets it deep back in the O zone. Another good shift for this line. Evan Beers, fresh off the bench, puts it to the net. Floats out in front, but it'll be taken away here by the Havoc. A good look. But Josh Kessner, a big offseason acquisition for the Havoc, broke up that play, and it's iced by Huntsville, so they'll have to stay out.
The best chance for the Mayhem so far, a pretty pass from Ybarra. Allison walks up from the blue line. No one marks him up. He's all alone, just misses wide, but credit to him. Him skating back as hard as he could, head down. Otherwise, that was a clear 2-on-1, 2-on-none. Allison prevents a goal there after missing one wide.
Cohen can't win the draw. Thompson chasing after it deep, but McCabe took it away. Kept in at the point by Nick Deneen, but his shot was blocked. Deneen, the rookie defenseman out of Raleigh, North Carolina, playing with his college teammate Evan Beers on the defensive pair. Both from NCAA Division III Stevenson University. Risk, pass to the slot. Procopio up to the blue line. Here's a shot, saved in front. Rebound still loose. Another save for Boyko. Back up top. Risk takes a shot. Another save by Boyko, and the rebound swatted out by Alex Cohen. Can't clear the zone, though. Risk on the half wall. Back to Allen, who puts it deep. Novotny, the rookie forward who got off to a hot start, can't keep it in play for Huntsville, and Thompson touches it out to Cohen, who gets it deep for a line change.
You mentioned the rookie Novotny. He was so well placed there up in front, right in front of Boyko. He could not see anything. Luckily, good positioning on a couple shot saves of Mayhem there.
Very good net front for Huntsville in this game so far. That shot, no net front that time. Boyko saw it clean all the way into the glove, and he holds on.
If Boyko can see it clean, 10 times out of 10 you feel comfortable with him getting to the puck, but Novotny was right out in front with his frame, 5'11". He takes up a lot of Boyko's height. Remember, just at 5'10". You need to see your defensive pairing there being a little bit more aggressive, trying to get him out of the way.
May can't win the draw, but eventually puck taken by Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira. Sends it to the skates of May into the zone, across the blue line, lost it though. And a quick breakout thwarted. Messier keeps it in. He'll fire it far side, looking for May. Couldn't find him there. Behind the net, Price takes it over. Price tried to shoot. He's got a rocket of a wrister on him. That's why he put so many points up on the board in Port Huron last season. 4 goals in 6 playoff games, 4 goals in 6 regular season games. So 8 and 12 overall for Bobby Price in his stint in the Fed last year. Dom Procopio had it taken away. Reginato gets it deep, turns it over though. Witherspoon waiting for it. New legs out there on the Mayhem forward line. Witherspoon in with speed. Quick shot, and that was a rocket, but it went way high of the crossbar. Kelly gets it deep to Ybarra. Looks for a passing lane. Off the boards to Allison. Tipped in front, and it went wide. Good look there for Witherspoon. Still deep, but nobody home on the far side. Allison directing traffic. Witherspoon in on the forecheck. A bad pass by Huntsville. Still hard forecheck here by the Mayhem. This is tipped, so it won't be icing, and Allison is back to get it.
And you mentioned the communication. You love to see it early. The Mayhem just seemed to be in the right place at the right time.
Stretch pass Ybarra from Cohen offside. And that breaks up what would have been a grade A chance. Just couldn't drag that back toe, I guess.
And as I say it, of course, just a step too far. It was wide open. The Mayhem have done such a good job positioning so far, being in the right space, being able to take away passing lanes for the Havoc, but also have those grade A opportunities, but that time couldn't hold the blue line.
Center ice faceoff, I guess they'll say that it was an inadvertent whistle. I don't know why that faceoff wouldn't be at one of the corner dots, but nonetheless, it gets sent deep. Boyko deadens it for Evan Beers. Beers off the stick of Thompson, but his stick was canceled at the red line. Huntsville looking to break in. Getting in cleanly, walking in, and Boyko makes the save with the glove. Couldn't hold on to it, though. Thompson pokes it out of the zone. 2-man forecheck here for the Mayhem. Thompson lost his stick, though, as Cohen couldn't keep it in play. Beers back to get the bad breakout pass. The Mayhem hanging with Huntsville here in the early going.
Yeah, you can tell the Havoc aren't used to this kind of forecheck. Usually they lay it down.
Novotny walking in, shot wide, just missed the stick of Boyko and missed the far post as well. A good look, though. Sent into the zone by Kevin Weaver-Vitale. Back with Huntsville for the season after a stint with South Carolina Stingrays ECHL in the offseason. Bartuccio Pereira behind the net. Again, a slow breakout for the Mayhem. Love to see that. Bobby Price taken down, no call, lost his footing. Crowd wanted a trip, not going to get one. Not a whole lot of contact there, but it did look like stick on skate. Weaver-Vitale sends it in, Fries. Can't get by Bartuccio Pereira. Messier stepping in. He's going to send it off the glass and into the neutral zone. Bobby Price laying a hit there. Took the puck away, and he's pressed into the area right between the two benches as May gets in on the forecheck. This is a heavy line for the Mayhem. Out in front, Kelly, shot and score! No, it's off the post! Ybarra with a beautiful look and couldn't get it by. Looked like it was all but in the net and just hit the iron. Kelly will send it back to Allison. The Mayhem, after a shaky first couple of minutes, have had the better of the grade A chances so far. Great stretch pass. Witherspoon is into the zone. In the corner, 2 Havoc defensemen on him as Kelly gets into the scrum in the corner. Ybarra as well. Huntsville will come away with it. 8:31 left to go in the first period. Still scoreless after a post ring by Mateo Ybarra. Witherspoon into the zone, taken down by Procopio. Kelly trying to get in on the forecheck, and now Havoc breakout begins. Stretch pass near side, Kestner into the zone. Josh Kestner, the former ECHL MVP and Huntsville native. Flipped out by Beers. Risk, far side, breaking in here are the Havoc with a nifty move, but puck into the skates of Cohen, shot right into the chest of Boyko, and he'll hold on there. A long stretch of continuous play takes us to immediate timeout. 7:51 left to go in the first, still 0-0 here in Macon. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35-plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top-quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Macon.
Back here with 7:51 left to go in the first. Shots on goal, 9-6, Huntsville. But the Mayhem have had two grade A chances that don't show up on the shot chart. Allison in the slot and Ybarra on the back door, both of them not getting shots on goal, and the two best scoring chances for either team in this game.
Yeah, and Ybarra's, misses by millimeters. It rings the post, and it could not have missed by much, as we both kind of from our angle thought it was going to ring the top of the nylon. Instead, popped out. Still 0-0.
Shot on net from the blue line, a quick one, sticked away by Boyko. Beers pressured behind the net by Ashton Paul. And Thompson will get it back to Beers. Near side, Thompson fish hooks it into the zone around the body of his defender. But taken quickly by the Havoc and right back the other way by Paul. Another chance, diving stick check in the slot, shot wide. A great look for Huntsville, but just missing the net that time was Matt Allen. Off the wall, Risk up to the blue line. Backhand pass. Makes its way to Ryder. Up to the high slot. Dancing, shooting, and a save from Boyko. Another good look for Ashton Paul, but Boyko, another stop.
A well-placed shot as well. Boyko having to throw the shoulder up there to keep that one out of the back of the net. A couple good looks from the Havoc there. The first coming from the Havoc, overcommitting on the defensive side. All four men back, collapse on the skater, breaking inside. That left the shot wide open. That one a bit more pure from a couple steps up from the blue line. But now it seems like the Havoc have the momentum back again.
Witherspoon in for the face-off. Krupinski and Allison, the defensemen here. First game they've played together. They had been on separate pairings so far. That one-timer deflected off the stick of Krupinski, who gets back in to break up a pass. Kelly feeds it along to Krupinski, who skates across the red and in. Gets it deep in the process. He'll move back to his defensive position as Witherspoon, Ybarra, and Kelly get to work on the forecheck. Quick breakout, Kestner. Lost it, and Ybarra's into the zone. Ybarra tried to dangle around his man, gets back to the puck somehow, and keeps it deep. Witherspoon in the near corner. Witherspoon drops it for Allison, looking far side. Krupinski at the dot, shoots it wide. Good look for Michael Krupinski after another good pass from Connor Witherspoon. At center ice, tipped into the zone by Ybarra, and the Mayhem will get a wholesale change.
Ybarra, good shift there. A couple excellent moves to take the puck into the corner and keep it deep.
Bartuccio Pereira swats at a puck in the air, and they'll say he played it with the high stick, so a D-zone draw coming for Macon. Pretty good start for. We talked about that line with Witherspoon, Ybarra, and Kelly in the pregame. They've lived up to the hype so far. It has been a strong start for that group in both zones.
Yeah, Ybarra just missing, of course, about 2 minutes ago, and that time a very good job to keep it in. And I thought that shot was one of a ton of great opportunities the Mayhem have had. Maybe if that one goes more back post, it rings off a body and finds its way in, but just missing wide.
A strong move to the slot by Ryder, but he had the puck knocked away from him. Bartuccio Pereira behind the net to Connor May. Flips it back for John Kelgen. Had a fight last night, as did two of his teammates, Dominic Della Savita and Max Messier. All three of those players dropping the gloves in the first period. Already 4 fights on the year for Macon. May trying to get it out but can't. Grasby couldn't get to it. Now Della Savita will get it from Bartuccio Pereira as the Mayhem look to break out. May up the near side. Flips it in. Ryder lost it to Kelgen on the goal line. Kelgen behind the net on the backhand, up to the point. Shot by Deneen, tipped in front, and a save by Wilson. Puck in the skates of the official. Grasby turns it over to Reginato, who flips it off the glass and out. Big hit from Kelgen right in front of the Mayhem bench, and that prevents an odd man rush. But a save made by Boyko, and he couldn't control the rebound. The better save was on the second chance. Goldowski into the zone. Goldowski at the circle, shoots, and it's deflected wide. Beers trying to keep it in play, and does. Moves it over to Thompson. Thompson at the top of the circles. His shot didn't have a lot on it, went wide as well. Finishes his check as Novotny gets it out, and it's fired right back in by the Mayhem's Deneen. And Dom Procopio will keep it here. Turns it over to Goldowski. Cohen, sharp angle shot. We've seen a sharp angle shot score in both games so far for the Mayhem. Ybarra's in the first game against Pensacola, and then Birkin allowing one last night in Birmingham. But that save by Wilson will take us to the final timeout of the first. Still scoreless with 4:16 to go here in Macon.
Happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Witherspoon, Kelly, and Ybarra in for the ozone draw near side, glove side for Wilson. And a quick face-off win, too quick for Gio Procopio. They'll redo it. Procopio, 2 games, 2 assists on the young season. His brother has one from the back end as well. They'll boot Witherspoon from the circle. Kelly will go in for the draw. That now means that in the first period, all 3 of those line mates have taken a face-off. You don't see that every day. Witherspoon trying to make a play in the corner, and Allison played that puck well to keep it away from Boyko. 4-man scrum near side, and it's off the stick of Kelly up to the blue line, kept by Risk. His shot couldn't be tipped in front. There wasn't a body there on Giovanni Procopio. Can't leave that guy alone. Krupinski with a takedown. Risk on the backhand, high slot, drops it off to his deep partner, Weaver Vitali, shot it wide. Kelly going to pick the puck up on the far side. Now Allison will get it deep. This is going to be icing against the Mayhem unless it slows down. It does. They wave it off. All 5 guys get off for Macon with 3:25 to go in the first. Still no score. Shots 14-7 Huntsville. Della Savita, slow breakout from behind the net. Up the far side, tipped in by Thompson. Goldowski in on the forecheck. Played out of the zone, now a one-on-one. Here comes Reginato up the near side. Della Savita defending, sent to the slot, off the stick, or maybe the skate of Justin Thompson. Goldowski to the blue line, no farther. Weaver Vitale was there, behind the net. Here's Ethan Lindsay. Reginato, far corner. Good stick check by Bartuccio Pereira. They blow the whistle. The puck was still loose. Wasn't going to find anyone's stick. And now Bartuccio Pereira going at it with Reginato behind the net. And they're going to drop the gloves. Bartuccio Pereira and Fries tied up behind Boyko's net. Both in a headlock. Bartuccio Pereira going over the top. Now a couple more rights. Fries can't get anything in. Still grappling with Bartuccio Pereira. The crowd loving it as both of them have each other embraced on the end boards. And I couldn't count a single strike that Fries got in on that fight. Bartuccio Pereira didn't really land anything solid either, but definitely took the better of that exchange. That one was kind of odd. They were more just hugging behind the net with Bartuccio Pereira coming from over the top.
Yeah, if you're Bartuccio Pereira, you kind of want to avoid that because if anything, it would have been a penalty on Fries. But if you're going to drop the gloves, you might as well win the fight, and Bartuccio Pereira certainly did that. Nothing clean coming out, but about 5 or 6 punches from Bartuccio Pereira land, and I don't even think Fries had the opportunity to get loose the right arm.
No, not at all. They just were completely grappling each other from start to finish in that one.
There might have been a chance at a Macon Mayhem power play. You kind of think in that scenario early in the game, they probably let it slide or both men go to the box. If you're going to go to the box, you might as well fire up the crowd, and as you heard there, they're in it.
Oh, yeah. These guys are ready to have hockey back in Macon for sure. We'll stay 5-on-5. Krupinski off the face-off win by the Mayhem. Allison gets it deep. Sharp bounce off the end boards. Had to be played in front by Dominic Procopio. Witherspoon in on the forecheck. Nearly took it away. Kelly's going to get to the loose puck. Sends it to the slot. Couldn't be tipped by Ybarra. Not on goal by Witherspoon. In the far corner, Kelly takes the puck back away. Feeds Witherspoon in the slot. Great stick check in the defensive zone. That time by Dominic Procopio to break up an grade A scoring chance. Kelly gets away with a little bit of a hook there. And Witherspoon with a good play behind the net. Another one. His stick has been all over the place tonight. Allison near corner trying to muscle it away. Sent to the high slot. A look here for Procopio. Dominic down to the near side for Paul. Back to Dom Procopio. Low shot. Rebound is there, but Allen couldn't put it home. Dom Procopio, another shot through traffic off the inboards, and Boyko will cover it up with 1:42 left to go in the first.
Havoc respond well after the fight. A couple good chances there. Boyko getting beaten up early. Now about 15 shots on him so far. Not all of them have been grade A. A lot of them just fluttered in to the chest, but he is getting a workout so far. He stood up to the test with about 100 seconds to go.
This has looked like an evenly matched game, which is not something we're used to seeing when Macon and Huntsville come together, and that is a stark improvement for the Mayhem so far.
And of course, Macon Mayhem here in home have our hearts, but coming into this one, it feels like a different team, and they've certainly held that standard so far.
Deneen behind the net finds Goldowski after the D-zone draw. Thompson going to work, trying to take the puck away, and does. Got it away from Terry Ryder. Sends it to the far side, in on side. Cohen sends it deep. Thompson had his first professional point last night with an assist on Jake Goldowski's goal. Loose puck, Beers loads it up, fires it into the shin guards of Ashton Paul. Deneen fires it deep. Goldowski heads in. Risk up the wall, quickly moved by Burke. 1 minute left to go in the first, and blowing a tire there, but still getting the puck deep was Arsenault, I believe. Now Deneen making a play on the near wall. Kelly, chip pass to Witherspoon. 2-on-2 with Ybarra. Loose puck. Tried to do a little too much there, Connor Witherspoon, and Burke turned it over. Kelly couldn't get it to Ybarra, and now Witherspoon still ahead of everyone. Loose puck, and Reginato will enable the Havoc to get out. Don Procopio gains the red line, gets it deep. Weird bounce. Boyko has to go play it. Took an odd hop off the stanchion. He's back in his crease now, sent to the slot, kept in the zone here. Final 16 seconds. Shot couldn't be tipped on goal in the slot. A good look from the blue line, and now Kelly. Touch pass by Ybarra to Witherspoon. Ybarra will just let it get deep, and it looks like we're going to go to the first intermission with no score for either team in this one. A strong game from both sides, but nobody able to break through so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's had about as much action as you could have in a 0-0 game after 20. A little bit of fighting, grade A opportunities just ringing off the post. The Huntsville Havoc right in it, but so are the Macon Mayhem, and you have to wonder how they're going to come out in the second period and top this one.
That you do. It's going to be a good one, you'd imagine. Scoreless here in Macon through 20. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more. Because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35-plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top-quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Mayhem.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC. One team.
Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Veterans Guardian provides a level of service that is unparalleled in the industry. Our mission is to help veterans navigate the VA disability process.
It changes their lives. It's not just the economics of an increased disability compensation. It's the recognition of what has happened to them and that it got recognized and that their service matters.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. And Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action. And don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. We are back here in Macon. After 20 minutes, the score still 0-0 between the Mayhem and the Havoc. Shots on goal reads 16-7 Huntsville. But Joe, we were just talking about it. This game could very easily be 2-0 Macon, even though they're being outshot almost 2-1, or more than 2-1.
Yeah, the Mayhem had the best quality chances, two of them. I mean, the most memorable being Ybarra ringing the post. Any other angle he hits that post, that puck probably winds up in the back of the net. Instead, still zeros on the board. So the Macon Mayhem have looked very impressive. Not the quantity of shots that the Huntsville Havoc have, but the quality has certainly been there. And with that quality, if they can keep it up, you certainly feel like the dam is building and eventually will break.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been a particularly good night as well for the Mayhem second line of Witherspoon, Kelly, and Ybarra. It's hard to overstate, I should say, how good they've been in this one so far. It seems like every shift they have, they're making something happen in the offensive zone. Yeah,
Ybarra has been the most flashy, of course, with that opportunity, but Witherspoon on the forecheck has just been excellent so far. He has had a quick stick today and has caused multiple turnovers, especially in the offensive zone, giving the team multiple chances to attack. And on the other side, Kelly, on the other side of Ybarra, has just been very good at facilitating. A couple great passes from him, but as along with all the Mayhem, have really been on point with a lot of good passes, hitting the tape, setting up teammates. It just hasn't broken through yet, but you expect that line, and especially these other lines that keep building along with the back pairing, especially Allison, who has been both impactful defensively and offensively. You expect someone to break through. It will probably be that second line if things keep going the way they are, but there's a lot to be happy about, especially after a period where you say, hey, it's 0-0. There's a lot to look forward to.
One thing we didn't talk about a lot during the period is the first action of the year for Josh Boyko, and he looks pretty solid.
Yeah, that 16 shot total tells you all you need to say. There was a couple of tough shots where men just found their way in front with no one on them. You saw Arsenal out in front. Of course, you saw a couple other Havoc players rotate in and out, make it hard for him. Procopio, Novotny. But Boyko able to fight through it. He let up 1 or 2 juicy rebounds, but then was able to kick right over and make a good second save as well. So that inflates the numbers a little bit, but those second saves are just equally as important, and he has had his A game to start. And you thought going from Bailey Birkin, it had to get worse. There's no way it could get better. Well, so far that save percentage is right there, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And so far Boyko having a great night, especially with the glove.
Well, on top of the fact that it's his first game of the season, it's also the first game in a new pad set. I mean, he's been using it in practice, so it's broken in a little bit. But you never know how long it takes a guy to get used to. It's like when you have, for us in the South, it's kind of like when you have a new glove in baseball. You got to break it in a little bit. It's very similar for a goaltender. It's kind of the same. You just never know how long it's going to take for you to be fully comfortable, and it seems like there's no rust at all for Josh Boyko. With as high action as that period was, shockingly, we almost made it all the way through without any ink on the score sheet. But that fight between Connor Fries and Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira, with just under 3 minutes left in the first, the only mark scoring or penalties in that first period. Kind of odd in terms of the optics of that fight. Wasn't really your typical drop of the gloves, but I love to get the guys fired up, and you got to think that's kind of what that was.
And in terms of build-up, you kind of saw it. We mentioned Novotny, Procopio, these Havoc players getting out in front and Macon not dealing with it well. Well, there you see Fries take an extra shot at Boyko, and finally a Macon Mayhem player in Bartuccio Pereira says, okay, we're not going to let you sit out here in front all day, and we're definitely not going to allow you to get an extra touch on our goalie. So that's probably the reason they're dropping gloves there. And then, of course, Bartuccio Pereira definitely got his money's worth in that fight, as they will continue to serve those 5 minutes fighting penalties at the start of the second.
That's already the 5th fight of the season in 3 games, 2 in a period for Macon. That is a huge difference from last season. Very rarely did we see the gloves get dropped here in Macon last year. Only the first home game, but already 5 fights through 7 periods, not counting overtimes. That is fantastic to see in a team that was looking to bulk up and get some more grit this season. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll have the second period of action here in Macon. Still scoreless through 20. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35-plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top-quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Macon.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC.
One team.
Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Veterans Guardian provides a level of service that is unparalleled in the industry. Our mission is to help veterans navigate the VA disability process.
It changes their lives. It's not just the economics of an increased disability compensation. It's the recognition of what has happened to them and that it got recognized and that their service matters.
Well, hi, I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action. And don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC.
One team.
We welcome you back to the Macon Coliseum, where there's just a minute left in the first intermission. What are you looking for the guys in red and blue after the first 20 minutes trying to break through here on the score sheet?
You just got to keep on keeping on. I mean, you've played very well for the first 20 minutes. You've just missed about 2 chances where you really felt you could put the puck in the back of the net. So just stay strong, especially keep feeding off this hometown crowd. Give them a reason to get behind you and build off that reason and turn it into success. The only thing I really want to see different is maybe a body or two defensively to be thrown around. Make sure there's no Huntsville Havoc players in front of Boyko. Keep him clean. Let him see the puck into his glove. Again, if he can do that, you feel pretty confident in him every time. So that one change, I've been really impressed with the forecheck as well, so just keep that going on the offensive end.
Absolutely. It's been a good set of 20 minutes. You look at the shot counter and think maybe that Macon's getting outpaced here. Not necessarily the case through 20 minutes, and especially when you consider that maybe the best two scoring chances of the game have belonged to Macon. Not to say that Huntsville hasn't had good ones as well. Something to note here, there is no one in the penalty box for Macon serving Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira's fighting major. I cannot tell if he came back from the locker room or not. He was shaking his hand after the fight, so maybe something to keep an eye on there. Fries is in the box, and it looks like they're going to start the period without anyone serving the major for Macon. Trying to take a look at the Mayhem bench to see if I see number 9. I'll keep you updated at home, but for now, no Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira for the Mayhem.
And that's a big loss. You lose one of your starting defensemen, and now all the pairings have to switch up. That could be a huge difference in this one.
For the second straight game, the Mayhem down to just 5 defensemen with more than a period to go. More than 2 periods to go, I should say, as De La Savita gets it in. And that one's blocked into the netting and out of play by Wilson. A quick draw right off the bat. Yeah, I do not see Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira on the bench for the Mayhem. 11 on the bench plus 6 on the ice means 17. 18, so yes, it appears that Bartuccio Pereira did not exit the locker room. We'll keep you updated on that if he is to return.
And it is De La Savita with Deneen, so a bit of a switch up here.
Yeah, it looks like Beers is the odd man out there. Interesting considering that Deneen is now playing on his onside, started the game on his offside. De La Savita stays on his offside on the right. Tight turn behind the net by De La Savita. Teammates with now forward Trevor Grasby on the Watertown Wolves in the FPHL last year. Grasby had 66 assists from the blue line for Watertown last year. Took home FPHL Rookie of the Year. And teammate De La Savita followed him. And they had played together in college as well. And so they have followed each other from NCAA Division III to the Fed and now to the SP.
66 assists gets you.
Yeah, it gets you a look for sure.
I guess so. That'll do it, huh?
66 assists in under 60 games. He had 9 goals, too, from a defenseman, no less. There's a shot out in front. A good save for Boyko. Probably his best of the game. Not an incredibly challenging shot, but a tight look in front. Krupinski seals off the angle behind the net for McCabe. And this one's poked out. Ybarra trying to get out. He's got one man to beat. Ybarra on the other side, falling to the ice, and tried to drop it off for Kelly, but those two couldn't connect. Now a counterattack, 4-on-2 for the Havoc. Near side, McCabe fanned on his pass. Good D from Krupinski. Krupinski out there with Beers for the time being. And so Krupinski looks like he's going to get some extra time as he's still with Allison as well. Beers from a tight angle, easy save for Wilson, and a face-off upcoming.
That was a very good opportunity for the Huntsville Havoc. It looked like it was an attempted tight angle shot, and it just somehow found the tape of the forward on the other side perfectly. Boyko able to reposition himself well and catch it right in the shoulder and bring it down and at least direct that rebound out of a dangerous territory. But that was a very good opportunity for the Havoc here early in the second period.
Beers keeps it in the zone from the blue line. Wilson played it with the stick. Cohen on the forecheck, tried to feed Goldowski in the slot. Good positioning there from the Mayhem forecheck, but couldn't get a good look out of it. Goldowski on the back check now. Good stick from Beers. Played ahead by Cohen, couldn't find Thompson, and now resetting things is Jackson Camp. Intercepted. Thompson offside, though. That could have been a one-on-one chance for Jake Goldowski, but Thompson getting into it in front of the Mayhem bench was in the zone, so offside is the call.
Thompson just completing his hit and
lost track of where he was, it seemed, yeah.
And it was a poor pass. I'm sure Thompson's not expecting a quick turnover like that, but again, that forecheck causing turnovers left and right for both squads.
18:07 left to go, second period. Dumped in by the Havoc. Della Savita will get there, and it's icing. They'll say he didn't have the red line, and so an O-zone draw coming up for the Mayhem. We're getting close to the time of the period where Fries will be released from the box. And so that means that if Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira were to return from the locker room, he would be able to re-enter play, as the major penalty would have been served, but moot point for now.
Yeah, no one waiting at the door. So it's not even waiting for another stoppage of play. It's still back in the locker room.
Deneen, a good hit on the wall, but it creates a chance. Allen dragged, and a good stick check falling to the ice by Thompson. Great back check by the winger. Deneen gets it deep, put it on net, and Wilson strongly blockers it away. Cohen, strong forecheck, wearing the C for Macon this year. Nearly turned over in front to John Kelgen, and now he'll keep it in. Goldowski behind the net, tried to feed it out in front. It was off the stick of Craig McCabe. Excuse me, that was Terry Ryder. Flipped up into the air by Cohen. It'll bounce down in front of Wilson. Ryder gets to it, slapped around by Risk. Grasby finishes his check, but it'll be a penalty, and now they're going to go after Grasby, it appears. That was a tough chance out in front. Now Grasby's going to drop the gloves, and we've got round two of Hugfest behind the net on this left side. Reginato getting some shots in, and he'll take down Grasby. Just an unfortunate angle. Grasby going in on the forecheck. His man falls down, and it's going to be a boarding penalty against the Mayhem. We'll see if Reginato picked up an extra penalty there, or if it will remain a penalty kill for Macon. And now Fries is out of the box, but as soon as one is released, another one enters.
And as you said, unfortunate for Grasby. It was not intentional. I don't even think he was trying to finish a check. It's just trying to whip that puck around after just fanning on it. Risk had tried to send it to the blue line and really just missed, and then was facing the wrong way and got swept right into the boards. Risk will thank his partner for picking up the slack and getting some respect back for him, as we'll wait for the time to be put up.
It does not appear that Reginato picked up an aggressor minor, so it will be a power play for the Huntsville Havoc. And here comes the first instance of special teams in this game.
And now Reginato is waving as if he needs some attention in the penalty box.
He might need some equipment. Bobby Price is going to serve the extra penalty.
And of course, now losing Bartuccio Pereira hurts even more, as you go on a penalty kill without one of your top defensemen. Nick Deneen out there.
In this one. Yeah, Nick Deneen will be out there. Thankfully, with Grasby, he's transitioned to forward, hasn't slotted in on the back end, but definitely a defensive presence. You'll see what the penalty kill can do here. A clean face-off win for the Havoc. Kestner near side. Sends it down low, cross pass out through the slot. Can't be kept in. It careened out of the zone.
Boyko just lucky to get a skate on that one and actually get some contact on that puck. Forces it over the blue line.
Dom Procopio leaves it for Kestner as the Havoc power play tries to get to work. That pass off the skates of Ybarra. Allison, Deneen, Ybarra, and Witherspoon, the penalty killers. Deneen fanned on the clear attempt and does eventually get it out. That could have been danger if Deneen wasn't able to get it out of the zone. Failed clears so often come back to bite you on the penalty kill. Didn't have one that time, thankfully. Krupinski now in on the back check. Ybarra on the far wall, chips it out, shorthanded chance. Mateo Ybarra up the far side. Cohen charging the net. Ybarra walks to the slot. Near side, Krupinski into the glove of Wilson. It pops back out, but a grade A look for the Mayhem. And another shot by Krupinski is swallowed up by the Huntsville netminder.
Great skating again from Ybarra, able to poke it out to himself. So often is he the fastest skater on the ice. He's able to catch up to it, plays smart, waits for Krupinski, shot into the glove, and somehow just able to walk right back into the slot and take a second. 2 good chances for him. Can't convert shorthanded.
Goldowski to Kelly, fanned on his shot, and now the other way. Numbers for the Havoc. 5-on-2 they break in. Here comes Weaver Vitale, cross ice, settling in, they score! A good look on the back door. Didn't see who ended up potting that one, but it's 1-0 Huntsville on the power play. Leading the line back looks like it's going to be Nathan Burke, and it's 1-0 Havoc.
After the draw, the Mayhem overcommitted. 2 bodies on the ice. That 5-on-2, if you don't convert. Havoc, a grade A opportunity. It rang off the post the first time, ended up just behind Boyko, and it looks like Burke was just able to reach over and poke it in.
Yeah, that was a fantastic look and a very important first goal of the game. On the power play for Huntsville, talked about special teams being a key. Grasby will remain in the box. Bobby Price serving the extra minor is out, and now he's on the ice. May, Messier, and Price, the 3 forwards for the Mayhem here. Up the ice, here comes Messier. Dumped cattywampus, far corner. Beers couldn't get in. May throws a hit right in front of the Mayhem bench. And now looking the other way, here come the Havoc. Fries, cross ice, centering pass, couldn't connect. Just barely keeping it at the blue line, the Havoc there, but swatted out here by Price. Up to center ice, Fries will get it deep. Boyko covers it up. Keeps it moving up the ice. May touches it off to Messier. Getting it deep, shrugging off a hit from Allen. Puck off the outside of the net. May couldn't get there. Near side. Krupinski went off of his stick. Here comes Paul moving in around the outside. Dump far side, and they score. A great pass behind the net by Ashton Paul. And an easy finish on the near side for Matt Allen. And 2 quick ones for Huntsville. It's 2-0.
Yeah, all the momentum now with Huntsville, and that starts with a poor touch from Krupinski. As that puck was skied, he could not control it. It allowed a 1-on-none. Smart play from the Havoc to wait for numbers. A great pass, and Boyko just beaten upstairs.
A great play by Paul. And you mentioned a rough touch by Krupinski. Honestly, just an unfortunate bounce on the stick. And it looks like Mayhem coach Dave Shinichny is going to take his time out here. 2 quick ones, just 1 minute and 3 seconds apart. A very early use of the timeout, but not a bad time to take one.
Yeah, when the puck comes knuckleballing down, when you try and control it, you really have no idea which direction it's going to fall, and usually it ends up right at your feet. That time, unfortunately for Krupinski, it skitters all the way back towards Boyko, and again, the Havoc playing their smart brand of hockey, just able to free up an open pass, and Boyko had no shot.
So with 14:39 left to go in the second, it's 2-0 Havoc in the early going here of the second period. Opening night at home for the Macon Mayhem. And it will be a neutral zone draw for the Mayhem after the goal by Matt Allen. A tough break for the Mayhem after they played so well in the first. But give credit where it's due, the Havoc have come out flying in the second period, sparked by that power play after the boarding call against Trevor Grasby.
We mentioned in the pregame, whatever team was going to be able to take advantage of the mistakes of the other was going to walk out victorious in this one. The Mayhem a couple chances to score in the first. Now the Havoc have just taken advantage of a power play and a bad touch.
And this is kind of what we saw from the Mayhem last year. So much of the new Mayhem in the early going as Fries moves in, and a quick save by Boyko yet again. The Mayhem had their chances last year and just couldn't capitalize, and then you blink and it's right back the other way. That's kind of what this second period has been here.
I like the timeout, a chance to respond now.
A quick shot, save made, rebound popped out, and it's taken right back by Paul.
You were down 2-0 last night. You're down 2-0 again, albeit later in the game. It's time to see how the Macon Mayhem respond in the year of 2025.
That being said, the Mayhem didn't need long to respond last night. They were able to answer 2 goals just a couple of minutes apart in the first period to tie it up at 2 before even getting out to the second period. Allison on the near wall, keeps it in, sent around Ybarra, far corner. Sends a pass to the near side. Nobody home, though, as Allison had headed towards the high slot. And now this one fired deep. It's going to be icing against Huntsville. That'll take us to immediate timeout. 13:23 left to go in the second. Huntsville's got 2 quick ones from Burke and Allen. It's 2-0.
Big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Face-off coming to the glove side of Brian Wilson in the Mayhem's attacking zone. It's won by Huntsville, and the Mayhem forecheck unsuccessful here. Krupinski will inadvertently send this one into the Macon bench. Been a lot slower of a second period here than we had in the first.
Yeah, a lot of free-flowing hockey in the first. It had an offside or perhaps an inadvertent whistle about 5 minutes in. After that, it felt like we had 10 minutes of back-and-forth hockey. Now, a couple stoppages after the power play. Of course, the goals. Mayhem, I'm sure, would love to get a little bit more free-flowing hockey rather than these constant icings to try and build that momentum back to their side. And they, of course, now that you're down 2, you do have to start playing a tad more aggressively. Still plenty of time to come back, but you know, you'll see defenders start to take an extra step up when pinching down. You'll start to see those things, forwards being a bit more aggressive, and now is the time to do so. Now that the score is flipped to 2-0.
One good thing to note for the Mayhem, Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira is back onto the ice. He does have that right sleeve rolled up to the elbow. So we'll see if that affects his play at all. Able to keep it deep here, but it's taken right back in the slot. And now ranging back is Price. Price fanned on it, eventually gets it back to the corner. Mayhem back to 6 defensemen, which is good to see. Della Savita and Bartuccio Pereira both in the corner on the near side. May will take it out, lost control briefly, now keeps it moving. Price in the corner. Bartuccio Pereira just threw his stick away, it broke on him. And Keljan centers it for May. May, one man to beat. May to the backhand, taken down, no call. A clean play on the back end by, looks like Risk, might have been Ryder. But May with a nifty move, trying to spin to the backhand, just shoved from behind, and a good takedown there.
Using the body to the advantage. Fans here wanted the call. No dice, and the stick being thrown to the ground by Bartuccio Pereira. It looks like as he had gotten into that 4-man in the corner, it had just been broken and tossed in front of Boyko. He gets it out of the way.
Board battle near side, Mayhem defensive zone. Deneen falls to the ice, but not without getting it out of the zone. Fire deep, Boyko out of his net to play it, stops it behind his crease. Deneen over to Beers, had it knocked away from him, but Cohen is there to take it away. Goldowski near side, chips it out, Thompson with some speed. He is crushed right in front of the Mayhem bench, and that's not going to stand. Everybody grabs a guy. Didn't see an arm go up on the call somehow. That one looked worse than the one behind the net to me.
That seemed to be a flying elbow right into the Macon bench. I am surprised there is not an arm up.
No penalty against Huntsville here. They may end up sending one, but it won't be for the initial penalty.
There was definitely a high extension of the chicken wing out into the head area, and I am surprised that was not stopped before it started.
We're getting another look at it here in just a second on the replay. That was a dangerous hit right in front of the Mayhem bench. Thompson moving in. Yeah, that's nothing but numbers.
Into him.
Nothing but numbers. That will definitely get a look by the league after this one's over.
Yeah,
they're going to talk about, and if anything, well, now I see another body in the Huntsville box. They took two aside.
Grasby still in, but you could see clearly in the replay a big launch off the left skate. The right skate nowhere even near the ice. Not what you like to see.
It was McCabe that originally launched. There's no way that this ends up being a Huntsville power play, right?
Numbers are in favor of Huntsville, as now leaving the box, Reginato is on the bench and he seems content to stay there. It doesn't look like it'll be a power play, but still no time on the clock.
Waiting for them to put up numbers on the scoreboard here. They have 2 minutes on the clock to Jake Goldowski, 2 to McCabe. Grasby is in the box as well. He's the only other member of either team that's in the box.
But he should be free if Reginato is as well.
Well, Grasby was not on the ice, so he may be serving an extra penalty here.
Grasby and Reginato were serving 5 for fighting each, so Grasby must have gotten something additional dating all the way back to that original fight.
This is 4-on-4 with the face-off coming in front of the Mayhem bench. How that's not a power play for Macon, I'm not sure, but one way or the other. We continue play here in the second. Beers into the zone. A chance for Ybarra, drops it for Witherspoon, hesitates, waits, shoots, cross ice, couldn't get it on net, Ybarra. Beers to Witherspoon, who lost it. The only penalties they have put on the stat sheet has a big hit coming here for Ryder, and a whack from Ybarra.
Ybarra is going to see a game at least.
That they are. And they separate the guys. They won't let him drop the gloves. Ybarra with a whack for Ryder, and Ryder wants to go. He's still dancing around. Ybarra's going to get straight to the locker room. They won't let it happen. Ryder was in the wrong for sure on the original hit, and then the retaliation from Ybarra just can't happen there.
It was throwing the stick towards the head neck area. Ybarra would be luckily to avoid a multi-game suspension on that one. So this has devolved now into a mess, and you have to think it's due to the original policing of that call.
Oh, of course.
Just about a minute ago.
Not a question. If the Mayhem end up on a power play after that brutal hit from McCabe on Thompson, none of this ever happens. But that being said, still inexcusable from Ybarra on the retaliation there. And now we're going to see, the question at this point is how long of a penalty kill are the Mayhem going to have?
Exactly. I think Ybarra did start that with a big hit into the boards. It was tough to see from our angle if there was anything illicit about it. Of course, the response from the Havoc side would draw a penalty, but Ybarra, at the end of the day, can absolutely not do what he just did. Using equipment, of course, especially the stick, to try and fight another player is something the league as a whole will look at after this one.
Well, the Mayhem are in Huntsville in 3 weeks, so go ahead and circle that one on your calendar. Ryder 2 minutes up on the boards. and Ybarra 5. So it looks like it will be a 3-minute major power play for Huntsville once we get down through this first 2-minute segment. Allison and Cohen asking some questions to our official.
And I don't think anyone on either side is going to be happy with what just happened. And of course, all stemming back to maybe you could say the original boarding call, but certainly in this last 2 or 3 minutes with that hit right in front of the Mayhem bench, that was a clear launch by the Havoc player, and now it has just evolved. And again,
so Ryder in the box.
Now it's a double minor.
For 4 minutes, they got that one right. It's tough to hear through the headset the official calls of the penalty. We're waiting for the live update, but yeah, intent to injure is 100% the right call on Ybarra, unfortunately.
The crowd not happy about it, but Ybarra will likely see a multi-game suspension for swinging the stick, especially after the whistle had been blown. There's no getting away with, oh, I was trying to get to the puck, anything like that. It was clear and intentional.
If anything, the Mayhem are lucky to come away with Ryder getting a double minor there.
Yeah, Ryder certainly threw an elbow or two after, and of course, usually that response is what gets called. Ybarra, the response to the response getting called as well, but Ryder was pretty clear in the wrong as well.
So this is interesting. It's going to be 3-on-3 because it was already 4-on-4. So now it'll be Allison, Cohen, and Beers. The key for the Mayhem here is going to be trying to cash in on the 3-on-3.
Yes, this works out better for the Mayhem, at least in the short term.
Cohen with a shifty move, gets it behind the net, and now they're going to go back. One thing to note here, as Evan Beers takes it into the D zone, you don't have to worry about the new over and back rule at 3-on-3 in regulation, only in overtime. Krupinski sends it cross corner, Beers going to get it. 50 seconds left in 3-on-3 until a 2-minute segment, roughly, of 4-on-4. And then less than 2 minutes of major power play time for the Havoc. Thompson couldn't cash in on his hit. Cohen couldn't either. And that one's blocked into the netting and out of play by Krupinski. That'll take us to our media timeout. 10 minutes flat left in the second period. It's been a wild one. It's 2-0 Havoc. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35-plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top-quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Mayhem.
Still 3-on-3 for the next 34 seconds here in Macon. 3:09 left in the double minor to Ryder, and then an extra minute beyond that on the board to Ybarra. It's being served by Messier. So Ybarra done for the night. Waiting for those penalties to come up so I can read them exactly to you. Witherspoon tangled up, hit the ice, and now Kestner will take it away. 20 seconds left until Goldowski is back on the ice. Kestner had it taken away from him, takes it back. McCabe and Goldowski standing up. Blowing a tire there, Weaver Vitale. Allen, who has a goal tonight. Out of the box, McCabe and Goldowski. McCabe fresh out of the box, save made by Boyko, and now numbers. But a great play laying down by McCabe to break up what would have been a 2-on-1 for Macon. Now 2 minutes and 19 seconds of 4-on-4. Goldowski hits the deck, Krupinski plays it back to Bartuccio Pereira. Turned over by JBP, and now Cohen gets it right back. Another turnover by Huntsville. Allison skates up with speed, near side. Looks for a lane, drops it back. Cohen at the blue line, slap shot, he scores! What a rocket from Alex Cohen, and the lead is cut in half.
We mentioned after the penalties being even, less men on the ice, more passing lanes. Cohen gets it right on the stick. He's able to walk all the way up, just drift. He loads it back and fires it over the shoulder of Wilson. That's not an easy thing to do. 6'4", well placed. Tons of MPH on that one as it finds the nylon. Macon Mayhem respond well after a lot of adversity.
Mentioned how important it was going to be for the Mayhem to cash in while they were at even strength. Keep in mind, if they don't change that to a double minor on Ryder, that's a shorthanded segment for the Mayhem. It would have already been a power play for Huntsville.
What a response. We saw it last night, down 2-0. Now you're given an even worse scenario in which you know you're going to be on the penalty kill. You know you have to convert within the next 4 minutes. And so far, the Macon Mayhem have cut the lead in half.
Cohen right back out for the faceoff. I have not seen a goal like that from the Mayhem in a while. Just a wind-up slap shot with that accuracy. That's what you get back from Alex Cohen. Kelly and Della Savita both going at their guys right at the faceoff circle. And the official telling his linesman, go ahead and drop it. Cohen with speed, racing after it. Arsenault throws a hit there. 2-on-2 into the zone for Huntsville. Good positioning from Della Savita. Takes his man to the wall. Reginato hops on top of Della Savita. They get back up to their skates. Beers taken down by Reginato as Della Savita turns it over. Out in front, backhand shot, rolls in on Boyko, and a save. And now Della Savita going after his man in the slot. Della Savita's going to go. This is going to be a power play for the Havoc, and it starts earlier than you'd like if you're a Mayhem fan.
That was just a lot of frustration, and it all built on the face-off. I thought it was going to be Kelly. We saw Della Savita on the near side, and it was getting chippy. Kelly on the opposite side with Ethan Lindsay was getting into it. I thought Kelly was going to be the one to drop, but instead it was the near side matchup that leads to this. Della Savita heads to the box. And that is just absolutely not what you wanted if you're a Macon Mayhem fan, and now if you're a Huntsville Havoc fan, feeling more comfortable in this situation.
And so now the penalty kill begins for the Mayhem. There will be a 36-second segment of 5-on-3. As it stands, it's currently 4-on-3 for the next minute 24 until Ryder is released from his double minor. Alex Cohen has evened this one, though, or not quite even, but brought the Mayhem back within one.
One thing you could say about the Macon Mayhem team this year, they are not afraid of the sin bin.
Yeah, no, not quite. And that is probably a welcome change for most of these fans after a very disciplined season last year. This team has a noticeable larger amount of bite. Cohen getting a lot of ice time after these penalties. He's back out there again after scoring the goal. Kestner cross ice. Shot tipped in front. Great look there by Alger, and Boyko makes the stop.
Credit to Boyko throwing the glove out there. I think that one gets tipped up into it. Good positioning. He's able to then cover. You're going to need to see excellence from him if you want to kill off this power play, especially with how extended it is going to be.
Witherspoon can't win the draw. 4-on-3 power play time continues for the Havoc. Kestner walks in near circle. Reverses back at the top. Kestner gets it again. Walks in. Cross ice pass. Up top. High slot shot. Rocketed wide by Risk. And backhanded out by Cohen. Couldn't clear though. Risk. New stick here for Giovanni Procopio. He has it again. puts it back up top. Kestner, 23 seconds left until it's 5-on-3. Far side. A penalty here against Huntsville. They're going to get Gio Procopio for a cross-check in front. And so that will neutralize at least that part of the power play. Ozone draw coming for the Mayhem. Wow, can we play 5-on-5 for 2 seconds, Joe?
Chaos here at the Macon Coliseum. Procopio could have picked up a cross-check maybe 30 seconds earlier as well, as Boyko was getting ran into, as Procopio was being very aggressive down in the slot. This second time, maybe the ref keeping an extra eye on it right there, able to see it, and that is a 2. And now we're back to 3-on-3. You don't get to see this much 3-on-3 until overtime.
Yeah,
usually.
Which the Mayhem fans have not been unaccustomed to lately with 2 straight overtime games. But now we're back to 3-on-3 yet again for another 17 seconds at least. May can't win the draw, and Weaver Vitale content to circle back, start the breakout. Ryder standing up in the box. May, Beers, and Allison, the 3 out for the Mayhem. Weaver Vitale off the boards to Kestner. Ryder joins. 4-on-3 power play. He'll hop off, and a new man comes on. It'll be Alger. Kestner on the goal line. Weaver Vitale, save made. Could have been blocked in front. 45 seconds left until Messier is released from the box, serving Ybarra's 5-minute major. 14 seconds left until De La Savita is out, and then it'll be a brief power play for the Mayhem. Here's Kestner. 5 seconds left. Here comes De La Savita. Kestner shoots. Blocker save. Rebound loose. Swatted out. De La Savita out of the box. He's going to catch up to it. 4-on-4 for the next 18 seconds. Chance in front. Shot, the big save on Connor May. Good look there at 4-on-4. De La Savita finishes his check on the near wall. Sent out to the slot, nobody home. Weaver Vitale sends it to the neutral zone where Krupinski is waiting. Here comes a 40-second power play for the Mayhem. As out of the box is Messier.
No one knows where the puck is.
Kelly lost it for a moment, had a chance at it. He's still going to keep the puck. Interesting to see when we get back to 5-on-5 what these lines end up looking like with no Mateo Ybarra. Price trying to get it to Kelly, and now cleared out by Weaver Vitale. Krupinski will go chase it. Boyko ends up playing it and backhands it along to Kelly at the blue line. Drop pass for Price. 3-on-2 for the Mayhem. Price charging the center lane. Circles back around. Here is Kelly with it. Kelly had a goal yesterday on the power play. In front, tipped and held on to by Wilson. And everybody in the building except for the fans probably wants these guys to separate in front of the crease, but everybody in the seats is loving it.
The chaos started on the half wall, multiple collisions. It looked like a Havoc player was even hooked and taken down. No call. Everyone immediately looking to the blue line where the judge is set up, watching that. No call. Eventually, May gets an excellent shot. Wilson somehow able to glove it down. The puck is skied in the air. No one in the entire Macon Coliseum knew where that puck ended up until it was in the high slot. The Macon Mayhem multiple chances in all the chaos. They could not control it. Instead, this power play just 7 seconds remaining.
5:15 left to go, second period. 2-1 Huntsville. All 3 goals coming in this period. 2 goals a minute and 3 seconds apart for the Havoc, and then about 6 minutes later, Alex Cohen cutting the lead down to 1. Witherspoon. Cross ice, Allison on his one-timer side. Pass came to the wrong side. That one was deflected by Kelly. Couldn't get on net though. Beers at the blue line will walk in, shoot, deflected by Price. Witherspoon, slap shot, and he scores! The light goes off! What a snipe by Connor Witherspoon, and we're even! Two absolute rockets from that side of the ice in this period. And for the second night in a row, the Mayhem have erased a 2-0 deficit.
As soon as Giovanni Procopio went into the box for that cross-check, you felt the momentum switch, the air change in this building, finally building up. Witherspoon, no angle, somehow sneaks it by Wilson. He's been good all season, just doesn't get to see that one. What a snipe by Witherspoon. I'm not even sure what angle, what opening he is able to find the nylon with that one.
You heard the pipe. I didn't see it hit the net, but when the light goes off and the official signals goal, you don't complain. Unbelievable sequence here in the second period. And now a 2-on-1. Keljan and May. Keljan fumbled it on the near side, and Huntsville will come away with it here. Good stick by Bartuccio Pereira as things calm down briefly. Grasby behind the net. Bartuccio Pereira near corner. Nobody there for an outlet pass, and he'll take it on the near wall. Chipped up off the wall, back down to the ice in the neutral zone. Just over 4 minutes left here in a wild second period. Della Savita behind the net. Crowd getting raucous here in the Macon Coliseum. Grasby sends it deep. Up into the air, comes back down to the ice to Parker Allison. Stretch pass, found nobody. Bobby Price racing after it. Wilson plays it, so no icing. And Price bumped into Wilson. That's going to draw a crowd. Price is down, and Krupinski with a slash. Procopio goes after Price. The Mayhem staying calm here smartly. Gio Procopio is having his way with Price at center ice. Procopio has some words for Price. I didn't see an initial penalty call.
I'm not sure how much original contact was there, but definitely enough to send Wilson sprawling.
They definitely sold it too. Clearly contact, but he's sprawled out. Price is going to go to the locker room.
Oh.
I don't know how much I agree with that, but
I thought if anyone, Procopio, with the history of this game so far, would be the man to see an early exit.
Well, let's not rule that out yet. Procopio's getting sent as well. It looks like they're going to get both of them. But we'll take a break here as things get sorted out. 3:40 left, tie game here in Macon. Hey, Mayhem fans, ever wonder how...
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College. Accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Things still getting sorted out here in the Macon Coliseum. The only penalty up on the board so far is 2 minutes to Gio Procopio. The initial contact on the goaltender Brian Wilson was made by Bobby Price. Both Price and Procopio have been sent to their respective locker rooms. Faceoff is going to stay in the Mayhem O zone. This should be even strength. It's going to be a power play for the Mayhem, it looks like. Interesting to see how this one shakes out. Should be 2 5s and an extra 2, you would think.
I'm wondering where that extra 2 does come from.
You and I both, but I'm not complaining for sure.
Yeah, if you're a Mayhem fan with all the energy you've built up, certainly will take a power play.
So a second full power play chance tonight. Actually, first full chance on the power play for the Mayhem. Second total.
And now it looks like sprawling into the wall was Austin Alger, and he looks a little shaken up for the Havoc.
He'll head to the bench. Thompson tried to get it cross corner dumped, and now it's fired right back around. Not a great start to the power play for the Mayhem.
And that would be a big loss for the Havoc.
He had a hat trick last night.
The top goal scorer in the league with that hat trick.
Dumped in by Cohen. Thompson, Grasby, Bartuccio Pereira, and Goldowski complete the power play unit. A good hit in the corner, but taken away. Now numbers shorthanded for Huntsville. Reginato puts the brakes on in the corner. Fries behind the net. Ties up a couple Mayhem skaters, and now Kelly will skate away with it. Had a power play goal last night. Cohen gets it to Thompson, and now things slow down as the Mayhem complete the change of their unit. Kelly, the only new body on the ice so far. Now Beers, Witherspoon, and May join him. Thompson will go off for Keljan, and that's the new power play unit. 45 seconds left on the man advantage. In with speed, Connor Witherspoon has one already. Shoots, and a save from Wilson. Near side rebound, goes to the glass. Now Keljan keeps it in. Shoved out of the zone here by Huntsville, and Witherspoon retreats. Turned it over, and a tight blocker save. Had to be ready. Josh Boyko on the chance. Surrendered by the Mayhem power play. Through everyone's skates, and a turnover. Not a sharp-looking power play so far.
Witherspoon had some great skating, kicking the puck onto his tape, but on the way back, just whiffs the pass. Boyko, an excellent save to keep this one even.
That'll do it for the power play for Macon. Not a good one. Chance in front, and a strong net front there. And Allison inadvertently took Paul into the crossbar.
And that has to hurt.
Yeah, he is going down. And he is in the crease. Obviously inadvertent. There was no ill intent from Allison. At least it didn't appear, but it doesn't change the fact that that hurt a lot.
I think Allison even pleading his case to the opposite side.
It didn't, knowing Allison, he's not that kind of guy. He dropped the gloves one time last season. Allison last year only had 48 penalty minutes in 50 games. And only one of them was a major, I believe. So the extra power play on that chance that just came for the Mayhem was a 2-minute instigating minor to Gio Procopio. So no original penalty for Price. It just looks like they're throwing out anyone that drops the gloves at this point in time. And good to see that. Looks like Paul is going to be okay. He's been a force in this one so far for Huntsville. Definitely good to see him head to the bench and not the locker room.
Yeah, he's been everywhere. And again, with the dropping of the gloves, probably what everyone on the ice wants to just try and get it out of this one clean, as it has certainly sparked a fire on both sides. And good on Allison for clearing up that no intention there and keeping these two teams level-headed after a tough period.
A tough period that's seen 2 goals from each side. The Mayhem went down 2-0, then tied it with goals from Alex Cohen and Connor Witherspoon. Goldowski trying to chip it ahead, and does, but Risk got back to it in time to thwart a potential one-on-one chance for Goldowski. Bartuccio Pereira on the near side. Sends it back around the back of the net. Cohen with a stretch pass for Goldowski. Couldn't find him in stride, but it did get a touch, so no icing. Messier is with Goldowski and Cohen on this shift. No Justin Thompson, the usual left winger on this line. Strong play by Goldowski, taking his man Arsenault to the boards. Want to see more of that from Goldowski this year. The biggest player on the Mayhem, not known for throwing the body around, but he certainly can. Deneen to Witherspoon. A wrister from the blue line is gloved by Wilson with 31.9 to go.
Witherspoon certainly feeling it after that latest goal. Tries to sneak that one in there, but Wilson up to the task. Just 32 seconds remain in the second period. That has kind of just slowly gone along with all the stoppages we've had, and I'm sure both these teams would like to break out last second, but also just get into the locker rooms fully healthy and get a rest.
Going down behind the net, Connor Witherspoon back up to his feet quickly. Lost his stick in the process. Strong play from May to take the puck away. Got it to Kelly. Sends it around the wall to Krupinski with 10 seconds left in the period. He keeps it deep. Kelly tried to find Connor May, who's joined this line with Witherspoon and Kelly. And with 1 second left in the period, that'll do it. What a 20 minutes of hockey we just watched, Joe.
could not be more action-packed. Had everything you wanted, 2 goals apiece. Also plenty of gloves and yard sales.
Absolutely, and through it all, it is a 2-2 hockey game. We entered the period tied. We exit it tied with a lot of ink on the score sheet in between. It's 2-2. Havoc and Mayhem. We'll be back with a recap after this.
In the heart of Georgia, a unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC. One team.
Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Veterans Guardian provides a level of service that is unparalleled in the industry. Our mission is to help veterans navigate the VA disability process.
It changes their lives. It's not just the economics of an increased disability compensation. It's the recognition of what has happened to them and that it got recognized and that their service matters.
Celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35-plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top-quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Mayhem.
I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action. And don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey wrap. Hey Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Join the celebration as Minuteman Press Macon proudly celebrates 35-plus years of serving Middle Georgia with top-quality print media. Minuteman Press Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products? No problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Mayhem.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com. GDC. One team.
Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem. Welcome back to Macon Coliseum. Graham Tuck with Joe Kopp Show. We have a difficult task in front of us trying to recap the absolute dismay that second period was. I didn't even know what to use just now. What a 20 minutes of hockey we just watched, Joe.
Absolutely chaotic. You had everything, goals galore, but also fighting, roughing, cross-checking, every penalty in the book. I'm sure the linesmen are right now reviewing the rule book, making sure they have the next couple lined up for this next period, but it had absolute chaos. The penalty minute column now kind of filled up along with the goal column.
Hopefully there won't be too much of that in the third as these teams try to battle out a tight 2-2 game. The scoring started in the second period, no score through 20, and then a power play goal just 4 minutes and 18 seconds into the frame from the Havoc's Nathan Burke, put them up 1-0, and then a minute and 3 seconds later, a goal from Matt Allen, his third of the season in as many games, made the game 2-0. Dave Shinichny called his timeout shortly after. Then Justin Thompson was obliterated in front of the Mayhem bench, and that launched an absolute frenzy of penalties. The main one being Trevor Grasby boarding behind the net on Craig McCabe, and then just after that, Mateo Ybarra and Terry Ryder getting into it. That led to a series of about 10 minutes of game time that did not include 5-on-5. Roughly 10 minutes, around there it felt like. And then goals from Alex Cohen and Connor Witherspoon, both absolute rockets that barely found the corner of the net to tie the game at 2. And from all of that, my takeaways from the period, Joe, is that this team has a lot more bite than the Mayhem that we saw last year in 2024-25. And 2, this team has a lot more finishing ability than it did last year. The old Mayhem got chances all game long and just couldn't finish them off. 2 absolute snipes in that period to even the game.
A lot more bite, a lot more fight, just staying with it. It is so tough when you go down 2-0, especially within that minute and 3 seconds. Both those goals for the Havoc coming in just under 70 seconds. To be able to respond through all the adversity is not something we really saw from the Macon Mayhem last year. We saw signs of it, and it seemed they would just fall short. Now is a time to prove that you're a different team. You can make a deep playoff push. You can be near the middle or top of the league standings. And right now I'm liking what I'm seeing, especially on the goal scoring side. Cohen and Witherspoon taking chances, using their rockets and picking out corners. You like to see that aggression, not just having to rely on the great skating of Ibarra, the great skating to get inside or a tip or two to beat Wilson, taking on the aggression from the blue line and taking chances. I really liked what I saw from the Mayhem, especially responding after the first 5 minutes of the period.
Well, one thing that's good for the Mayhem in this one is you have an extra skater this year. You're allowed to dress 19 instead of the 18 from last year. So with 2 forwards ejected, now you're down to 3 full forward lines. No Mateo Ibarra or Bobby Price for the rest of the night. So they'll be playing with 9 forwards and 6 defensemen. Also huge to get Jonathan Bartuccio Pereira back on the ice after he did not exit the locker room with the team for the start of the second.
Yeah, wearing a bit more padding on that elbow, so good to see him shaking off that injury, that defensive pairing, keeping those together. So important, as you mentioned, the extra skater. We've already seen a couple line mix-ups, especially with Cohen and Witherspoon scoring. That line has been excellent. It seems like Cohen getting a bit more on the ice with Witherspoon and Kelly now that Ibarra is gone. So seeing how that line will develop, if that is the true 3 going into this third period, the success they've already had, it'd be very interesting to see that. Witherspoon, of course, scoring his goal after Ibarra went off.
Should be an interesting finish to this one. Shots on goal through 2, 29-20 Huntsville, and a 2-2 score on the board. We'll be right back with the start of the third period after this on Flow Hockey on the Mayhem Radio Network. Mayhem fans, ever wonder how you can experience a night at the Mayhem and go home rich? Well, wonder no more, because if you test your luck and win our 50-50 raffle, you'll go home with half of the pot. Make sure to visit the concourse today to cash in on this opportunity.
Join the celebration as Macon proudly celebrates 35+ years of serving Middle Georgia with top quality print media. Macon is a full-service printing, marketing, and design center. We design, print, and promote you. From business cards to building signage, we've got you covered. Promotional products, no problem. Let's keep printing and growing together. Go Macon.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today.
Are you thinking about starting a new career? The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring correctional heroes. Earn a competitive salary and advance your career through GDC. The agency is now hiring correctional officers, counselors, food service workers, and many more. Most positions require candidates to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or GED. Positions are now available across the state of Georgia. Apply now at gdcjobs.com to learn more. GDC. One team.
Are you passionate about making Central Georgia a better place? Do you love hockey and enjoy all-out mayhem? If you said yes to both of these questions, then our Nonprofit of the Night program could be for you. Call our front office to be our Nonprofit of the Night for a Mayhem home game this year, and let us showcase you and your nonprofit to valuable members of our community. Let's go Mayhem.
Veterans Guardian provides a level of service that is unparalleled in the industry. Our mission is to help veterans navigate the VA disability process.
It changes their lives. It's not just the economics of an increased disability compensation. It's the recognition of what has happened to them and that it got recognized and that their service matters.
I'm Lucy, and I work for Visit Macon, and I'm also the Macon Mayhem's biggest fan. Before every game, I fuel up with a slice from Ingleside Village Pizza. Delicious. On the way to the game, I have to listen to my favorite hype music, so I stopped by Fresh Produce Records. Little Richard, good golly! After the game, I've got to keep the rush going, so I stopped by Sweet Eleanor's for a little sugar. Macon offers so much more. So Mayhem fans, make sure to plan your ultimate fan experience.
If you're a big jersey collector like me, then you love getting your hands on specialty jerseys, especially for your favorite team. Well, the Mayhem are fueling fans like you with our season-long jersey raffle this year. Tickets start at $5, and if you win at the end of the season, you'll take home one of all 12 specialty jerseys that the Mayhem wear this year. Make sure to follow our social media and make it out to the Macon Coliseum to see these bad boys in action. And don't wait to get in on the action for our season-long jersey raffle.
There's something big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women, Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Back and ready for the third period of play here in the Macon Coliseum. A 2-2 game between the Huntsville Havoc and the Macon Mayhem. As we mentioned in the intermission, an absolutely absurd second period that we just watched. Graham Chuck with Joe Kopshow here on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network. A lot of penalty minutes, a lot of goals, and after all of it, we're tied the same way we were at the start of this game. Price and Procopio still in the box, serving their 5-minute fighting majors. They should both be out within a couple of seconds. But it should be an interesting finish to this one, Joe. We were talking off air. This is the kind of game where if the Mayhem can pull it out, it might really be a landmark win for the team.
Yeah, this is something you can point to early in the season, especially with a long road stretch coming up. You can always point back to this game and say, hey, guys, you remember when we had this battle, we were able to stay strong. Let's dig deep into that emotion we had in this game, but first, you have to find it right here, right now.
And we're back to action here to start the third. Boyko will play the puck, keep it moving behind the net. Della Civita chipped it out. New line combo here for the Mayhem. May is centering Messier and Grasby to start the period. Again, mentioned that without Price and Ybarra for the rest of the game, It'll be 3 lines of 3 on the forward front. Here's Dominic Procopio. Shot through traffic, and it was tipped in front. Boyko never got it with the glove. No rebound chance, though. Bartuccio Pereira ahead to Grasby. Off of Messier's stick. Grasby will settle it. Grasby looking for Messier. He got it on net. And a sharp save by Wilson. Had to be ready. A good look from Grasby and Messier to start the third.
I'm not sure Messier even knew where the puck is. Grasby
No,
just
not
threw
at
it
all.
on right on net, right in front of Wilson, and Messier just happened to have the stick in the right spot. Almost a great chance.
Well, it's my first chance seeing Grasby in person, and I can easily see how he had 66 assists last year, 75 points. Kelly with a strong play on the forecheck to Witherspoon into Wilson's chest, and a save. A good setup by Kelly. His passing and vision is noticeably improved from last year.
Kelly has looked excellent so far. Just a quick stick as well in that forecheck, and even defensively, he's been able to poke a lot of pucks free on the half wall and earn himself a chance, as he did there. And as you said, sauced it right in the high slot perfectly.
Puck taken away by the Havoc. With speed, they'll get it in. Sharp rebound off the inboards, played aptly to the corner by Boyko. Witherspoon streaking after it. Puck is rolling towards the crease, no icing. Witherspoon shoves his man down on the forecheck, trying to feed the slot for Keljan. That time was Kelly. Couldn't get the pass on the mark, and Keljan gets it deep.
Witherspoon being aggressive there, taking to the man, not the puck. A lot of coaches love to teach that. Witherspoon living up to the moment.
Beers turned it over to Ryder. Ryder enters the zone. Pass back to Ryder. Big hit, Deneen. Puck loose on the back door. Great play by Nick Deneen to break up that chance for Terry Ryder.
Good give and go for the Havoc. Deneen spotting it out, able to get back.
Beers couldn't get around that loose stick behind the net. Now Thompson has a chance for a 3-on-2 with Cohen and Goldowski. Thompson, his pass easily intercepted at the blue line, and Bartuccio Pereira able to get it along to Goldowski. Goldowski chips it deep. Allison keeps the puck in at the blue line, fires through traffic off the end boards. Didn't get that one really close to the net. Might have been a shot pass as that one's kicked back into the zone. May couldn't play it.
Looked like he was looking for a juicy bounce off the end board, trying to get it out in front of Wilson, who we've noticed today has stood strong quite often, but not very aggressive, so leaves himself open to those kind of attacks.
Messier sends it towards the net. Loose puck in front. May had a backhand chance. Grasby gets the loose puck. Grasby up to Della Savita. Through traffic, tipped by Messier, and a save by Wilson. And now Della Savita ranging back to cover the counterattack for Huntsville. May, 3-on-2 for the Mayhem. May, drop pass, Grasby, 2-on-1 developing. Grasby couldn't get a shot off, but gets his own rebound and a save from Wilson. May, back to Grasby, to the slot, Messier, and he shot it again. It was blocked, that time by Lindsay. Loose puck in the slot, but nobody in a red sweater there.
Messier found himself wide open with a great pass to his stick, just fanned on it.
Allison, not a great pass, risk. Over to Alger, great stick tie up by Kelly, and now numbers for the Mayhem. Witherspoon ahead. Here is Price. And a save by Wilson, so I stand corrected. I thought that they had sent Price off for good. He's back on the ice. That was his first shift of the third there with 15:48 to go.
And immediately trying to make some noise with the shot, but again, Kelly has maybe looked like the most well-rounded player on the ice all day. That tie-up in the defensive zone, we mentioned his quick stick all day. He forces a quality turnover, leads to that 2-on-1 chance that Price took. But again, Wilson has been so good all season. He's been so good today. Going to need a little bit more power on your shot rather than finesse, at least what we've seen so far.
That is the guy that, I mean, Kelly has always been a two-way player, even dating back to last year. And a save by Boyko on a sharp shot by Kestner. Kelly's been a good two-way player for a while, but the offensive part of his game has really picked it up and been noticeable.
Yeah, he has been facilitating all day today, and as on the defensive side, Boyko, a good first shot for him to see this period. It comes late, but that's the kind of shot you want to see when you've gone 4.5 minutes without one.
Oh, for sure.
Something right in the chest to warm you back up.
Face off for Thompson. He can't win it. Excuse me, that was Witherspoon, 19, not 12. Kelly forces it out of the zone. So Price with Witherspoon and Kelly for the time being. Krupinski, good angle, sealed off Burke. Loose puck, poked out Witherspoon, and a 2-on-1 with Price. Witherspoon, his pass broken up, got back to the loose puck, and ended up charging into Wilson inadvertently. Bodies collide, but nobody getting too feisty in the blue paint. That was a good chance from Witherspoon, but a better back check by the Havoc.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by the Havoc's ability all night to kill off these odd man rushes of the Macon Mayhem. They have had a lot of success since that first period. We saw 1 or 2 good chances the Mayhem didn't convert. Since then, it seems like the Havoc have figured out how to defend those scenarios, and another one just taken away. But you have to feel good if you're a Macon Mayhem fan. It was rare to see 25 shots in this building for them. Right now they're at 20, but that next update we see on the scoreboard, we'll likely see 5 or so tick in.
Deneen walking in on the half wall to the slot. Cohen couldn't tip it on net. Thompson's going to get this loose puck. Justin Thompson, the rookie forward. Up to the blue line for Goldowski. Shot on to Wilson. Rebound swatted away by Arsenault. Goldowski keeps the puck in the zone for the Mayhem. Cohen in on the forecheck. Weaver Vitale to the blue line. Deneen. Shot flutters into the near corner. Tipped on the wrong side of the red line, and that'll be icing against Huntsville. We'll see if the Mayhem take advantage of, oh no, the media timeout. That's a lucky break for the Havoc. 14:40 left to go in the third, still knotted up at 2. We'll be back after this.
Big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Cohen, Goldowski, Thompson, Beers, and Deneen is the 5 for this ozone draw in the Mayhem's end. Goldowski up to Beers. Into the glove of Cohen. It bounced off his visor. Thompson with a good puck retrieval. Fumbled it off the outside of the net. Goldowski, a good tie-up. He's throwing that body around tonight. Weaver Vitale up to the blue line. Deneen plays his man well. Beers fires it out, and it'll be taken back in the neutral zone by the Havoc. 14-15 left to go here in the third. Beers, a bad pass at first. Messier fumbled with it and a turnover. May stepping into the play. Lindsay got it deep, and now Deneen will start the breakout for the Mayhem. A lot less of this in the second and third than what we saw in the first. The slow, organized breakout for the Mayhem.
Yeah, and it looks like the Havoc are still sitting in that 2-1-2. The Mayhem just trying to take advantage of it like they did in the first period.
Grasby a good stick. Beers backhands it in. Messier a good tie-up, but nobody there to collect the loose puck. Now Reginato behind the goal line. Fires it up to Ryder. Stretch pass in front of everybody. Lindsay angled off by Della Savita. Strong defensive play. Through the legs of Grasby went Ryder, but Ryder will not be able to get that one. Great stick by Messier. Broke up a cross-ice one-timer in the works. Bartuccio Pereira lets it go by him. Ryder taken away from him by Bartuccio Pereira, who lost his stick in the process. Goes back to retrieve it now. Lindsay went off for a change. Couldn't get the pass. Havoc still with the puck off the crossbar and into the netting and out of play. A good shot there by Kessner. He beat Boyko clean, but couldn't beat the iron.
Yep, just rings off the top of the crossbar and up into the netting. A good shot. The first one from the Havoc that really troubled Boyko. Just beat him over the shoulder. Macon Mayhem happy it's still 2-2 after that one.
Don Procopio goes in for the draw. Gio for the draw. Don gets the puck off of the win by his brother. A blocker save from Boyko there. Kelly in the near corner. Fires it to center ice. Rolls past the Havoc defender McCabe. Price in on the forecheck. Touched out here, but intercepted down low. Kelly couldn't settle to the pass from Price. Price back behind the net, looking for Witherspoon. Touched along to Allison, fired right back to number 19 in red. Kelly tried to lift the stick, but now numbers the other way for Huntsville. Kelly coming strong on the back check, cross-ice pass, settled, and a block by the stick of Krupinski sends a good slot chance out of play.
Back and forth hockey now, the only whistles being after these pucks end up in the net. Both these teams a couple of good opportunities on either side. Again, Kelly everywhere. Was unable to handle the pass. Keeps his offense going, however, as it ends up in the high slot taken away, and a good job to get back and help his team avoid what could have potentially been a 3-on-2 as the Havoc had numbers to start that breakout.
Cohen and Allen for the draw. They're going to boot Allen, it appears. Allen and Novotny will end up taking the draw. Allen and his line mate ended up changing spots. Burke ended up on his one-timer side. And now the Havoc trying to set up their O-zone. Goldowski first to the puck, trying to slap it out and does. This is going to be icing against the Mayhem, though. Next goal is going to be a really big one, Joe.
Yeah, of course, as you start to enter that 10-minute mark of period number 3, you feel like whoever has control at that mark is going to take home the game. When the Mayhem were up by a goal at least in the third after 10 minutes, they were very successful last season, leading at 10 in the third, 10-0.
That and the Mayhem not huge on comeback wins last season. I believe they only had 7 of those. They have not led yet this season, important to note. They have a shootout loss in which they never led, and they have a win in the shootout last night, a game in which they never led. They still have not led in the game tonight, and yet deep into the third, they find themselves well within range of this one.
Tightly contested games, especially against the top teams in the league, going back, of course, Birmingham, well known to be established. Of course, right now the Huntsville Havoc on a heck of a run. Good to see the Mayhem sticking in these games.
And an icing against the Mayhem yet again.
All of a sudden we came out that first 6 minutes or so, lots of back and forth hockey, plenty of shots, about 5 apiece. Since then, that media timeout, not a single shot really has made its way, except the one that rung the crossbar that almost made this one 3-2 in favor of the Havoc. Really been the only shot we've seen come through cleanly.
Is that going to be another icing against the Mayhem? Yes, it is. That was a pretty quick one at that. So a lot of stop and start here. I wonder if the Mayhem are just trying to keep their legs with a short bench.
Definitely part of the strategy, and of course, already using that timeout in the second, which made a huge difference. Want to keep everyone fresh. Opportunities are going to be few and far between.
Price takes the draw. He's going to skate after it. Shoved down by Camp. And now Huntsville back the other way. Witherspoon behind the goal line. Throws a hit there. Kelly first to the puck in the near corner. Puts it back behind the net. Deneen races after it. Into the skates of Witherspoon. Turned over. Kelly couldn't make a play. There's a shot saved with the glove by Boyko. That's the first big save of the period for Josh Boyko.
Some theatrics with it as it tried to pop out and eventually did, but covered it enough That one just a bit of chaos for the Havoc, as eventually it ended up on the stick. And a good shot, especially with the crowd out in front, but Boyko stands tall. He's having a great game, led in the 2 goals, one on a power play, one shortly after. But since that moment and before that moment, he's looked very good.
Chipped ahead. Keljan leaves it for Connor May, who had it taken away from him. A strong stick there by Connor Fries. And now gotten into the zone by Reginato, played with a high stick. So Huntsville can't touch it. I don't know that they realized that. Eventually it was touched by Macon, so nothing doing there. Reginato keeping the puck in the zone. Up the far half wall, drops it off for Don Procopio. His shot off the stick of Keljan. McCabe to the slot, another glove stop by Josh Boyko. That was a great redirect out in front, and Boyko tracked it the whole way.
Bartuccio Pereira just not doing enough to force his man out there. A great pass and a great redirect, but Boyko able to bring it in. That was a great opportunity for the Havoc. Could not get much closer to Boyko than that.
Allison after the face-off win from Witherspoon. Price tried to dangle it by his man. Krupinski throws it off the boards and out. Kelly got it along to Witherspoon. 3-on-3 into the zone. Witherspoon sends it deep, allows Kelly to get to work. Jockeying for position around the boards, sent towards the net by Allison. It's loose in some skates. Price stabbed at it, couldn't get to it twice. Here comes Gio Procopio. That shot well wide. Kessner to the rebound on the near side boards. Krupinski throws a hit onto him. Witherspoon aptly plays it to Allison. Around the boards, it's turned over. Here is a chance at the blue line for Risk. Now here's Ryder. His shot missed the joint of the post and the crossbar by a couple of inches. A good dance by Risk, and now Krupinski had it knocked away from him into the skates of Witherspoon, who backhands it deep. 9:26 left to go. Period number 3, still knotted at 2.
A good chance for the Macon Mayhem there, but they had just been hemmed into their own defensive zone for so long, just had to get the change. A good job to get over the red line, toss it deep.
Deneen picks up the puck in the defensive end. Beers lost it on the near side boards. Deneen took it right back from Lindsay, though. Ryder into the zone. Off the skate of Deneen, who couldn't clear. Cohen sends it to the blue line, not out. A nice move to the slot by Lindsay. Backhand shot, they score. What a move by Ethan Lindsay. And it's 3-2 Huntsville on a beautiful goal.
Yeah, Lindsay, some creative skating, freed himself up. And that one, the ref right there, as the Mayhem just couldn't get back to the puck quick enough. It ended up behind Boyko. Maybe a second quicker, they could have tucked it under the pad. No dice.
A beautiful unassisted goal by Ethan Lindsay has regained the lead for Huntsville. Just inability to clear the zone by the third pair D for Macon. And they'll have to fight back to even once more in this one. Down low, Allen feeding the slot, broken up well by May on the back check. Up to the blue line, Procopio, cross ice. It's off the stick of McCabe, who fires it back in. And that one's deflected out of play. It'll be a neutral zone draw. That'll send us to immediate timeout. A goal from Ethan Lindsay has made it 3-2 Huntsville here over halfway through the third.
Big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. Back to action here, center ice draw. Just over 8 minutes left to go in the third. Huntsville leading 3-2 after the lead-taking goal by Ethan Lindsay. Still time for the Mayhem to claw back into this one as it's iced by Michael Krupinski and the Mayhem.
A new season, but the Mayhem looking for that all-important third goal again. Just need to match the Havoc and try and get some momentum. It was a good start to the period, but after the first 5 minutes, it's been all Havoc. Have to find some sort of change. And of course, as time starts to dwindle, if the score stays put, got to start thinking about different changes, aggressiveness, and of course, as we get super late into the period, Boyko coming out of net.
Coach Pszeniczny was super aggressive in terms of goaltender pulls last season. Did it more than anyone else in the SPHL, did it for longer than anyone else in the SPHL, so you have to think that that's on his mind. You'd like to get an equalizer before that comes into play, but certainly in the cards should the score remain 3-2.
Normally you start looking for it around perhaps the 2-minute, really 90-second mark. The Macon Mayhem, you start to look for it around 3.5, dipping into 3, especially if we see any more or hear any more whistles.
Risk behind the net. Havoc content to slow the pace of this game down. The Mayhem parked the bus in Birmingham yesterday to force overtime, and that might be what Huntsville's looking to do here as Reginato skates up the near side. Plays it back to himself off the end boards. Nifty move. Fires it around to Camp. Fired off of his stick. Kicked out by Bartuccio Pereira, and Cohen sends it up. Thompson tried to chip it in. This is going to be icing against the Mayhem. Thompson tried to pull a fast one and get off. And he's going to be brought back out.
He was still acting like it.
He's like, what do you mean? I wasn't on the ice.
He tried for it. Now under 7 minutes to go, I think a part of the aggressiveness also comes from Boyko himself. We've seen him play pucks very aggressive, get out of the crease, get out of the trapezoid, and we'll see if he plays a part in this too. Of course, everyone remembers the goalie goal of the year.
Oh, how could you forget?
So Boyko also playing a role in this comeback, especially trying to just keep the Havoc at 3, but also offensively, we've seen him facilitate before.
Sent deep by the Havoc. Beers with a play behind the goal line. That shot deflected off of a helmet. I think that one rocketed off of David Novotny's black bucket and missed the net just barely. Grasby too far out of the reach of Messier. He's going to still try to get it deep. It ends up going the other way, and Beers will fire it over to Deneen. Deneen had it knock away from him. Lucky to get away with no tripping call there.
I'm not sure how he does get away with that one.
Yeah, that's just the epitome of letting him go late in a tight game, because that was textbook tripping there. Keljan, his shot blocked. Loose puck went towards Connor May. Couldn't get it on his tape, though. Allison fired ahead. Keljan into the zone. Keljan to the slot. Good move. And a blocker stop by Wilson. Allison through traffic. It's blocked in front. Kept in the zone. Price down low to Keljan. Ozone time for the Mayhem. Through the slot. Nobody there to tap it on goal. Price keeps it deep, but the Mayhem will go for a change.
Yeah, that touch does allow the Macon Mayhem to get fresh legs and allows them to start a forecheck once the breakout occurs. We've seen the 1-2-2 all night from the Mayhem. Eventually, Price is going to have to commit.
Into the zone, Witherspoon, his shot blocked. Kelly's shot, save Wilson. Rebound still loose. In the defensive end, Witherspoon tried the breakout pass. It's flipped up into the air and out of play. That'll take us to our final media timeout. 4:36 left in a one-goal game. We'll see if the Mayhem can mount another comeback when we come back after this.
Big happening in the heart of Georgia. A unique college built for women by women. Wesleyan College, accelerating equality since 1836. More than a place of learning, it's a space for empowering future leaders. Women from across the globe come to experience what makes Wesleyan the best. With small classes and dedicated faculty, students receive world-class education. Find out why you belong at Wesleyan. Book your tour today.
Want to dress like a pro while repping the Mayhem? Buy tickets for our Jersey Off the Back raffle for tonight's game. You'll get to meet the player and get the game-worn jersey right off of his back to take home for yourself. This opportunity is a staple at Mayhem games, and you can enter to win for every single home game for the Mayhem this season. Just go to our Dash Auction site and make sure to stake your claim today. 4:36 left in this one. Shots on goal, 38-28. Huntsville out in front in that regard, in front where it matters as well. 3-2, Huntsville leads. Graham Tuck with Joe Kopp Show here on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem Radio Network. A center ice face-off coming up here, and the Mayhem's third line of Keljan, Messier, and May will start it. A face-off win for Connor May. Mayhem need a goal to even this one up and try to force overtime for the third straight game to open the season. May in the corner, puts it behind the net. Keljan to the far corner. Muscles it along. Messier tripped over his skates, and it's fed around the wall. Good touch pass there on the half boards. Della Savita trying to get back. Here comes Lindsay, who had the lead-taking goal. Puts one into Boyko's breadbasket, and he holds on.
You can already see the aggressiveness for the Mayhem as they try and even this one up. It leads to Lindsay having a great sight on Boyko, but right into the stomach. Boyko able to handle it as now he approaches around 40 saves.
It's been a good game for Josh Boyko. Unfortunately, the script continues to be the goal support just not there whenever he's in the net. Good numbers in terms of save percentage, just doesn't have the goals against. Large volume of shots, already up towards 40 against him in this game.
And you don't want to have your goaltender make 40 saves a night. The goal is
it's not sustainable.
Reduce those shots, and that has been a problem already this season, even though the Mayhem have been able to extend games into overtime and shootouts. Even in those scenarios, you don't want 40 shots on goal. So having the defense tighten up
against the Mayhem. We were talking about it pregame about, what is the decision going to be in the net, because it's been Birkin for the first two games, and he's been outstanding. So you can ride the hot hand, but when you look at the schedule, the Mayhem only have one game in Pensacola next week, and it's going to be Birkin, assumedly, in the starters crease for that game, the only one of the weekend. If you play Birkin tonight, you're going 3 weeks into the season without Josh Boyko having any game action. That's just clearly not ideal.
Yeah, normally when you have a 1-2 goalie pairing, you don't mind it much, but this is a 1A, 1B. Boyko excellent in his own right.
Absolutely, and not to say that it was the wrong decision or that was the only reason Boyko was in the crease tonight, but it probably played a part in the decision to give him the nod. And Boyko starting to look towards the bench. Price, Witherspoon, Kelly, Krupinski, and Allison out for the ozone draw with 3.5 left to go.
Yeah, these ozone draws especially is when Boyko is going to start looking at the bench.
Allison slap shot right into the glove of Wilson.
Still pretty early to head that way, but a minute ticks off the clock or so, and the Mayhem get an ozone draw. You could certainly see Boyko swap out for another forward.
Witherspoon for the draw. Everybody went and the puck never even moved. Now it drops. Some odd face-offs tonight so far. Off the wall, Kessner looking far side. The breakout is on, and into the zone go the Havoc. Boyko around the boards. Price along to Kelly, and now the Mayhem looking to move. 3 minutes left in regulation. 3-2 Havoc, the score. Witherspoon around, Price into the slot, touched by Kelly, and he couldn't get it on net. Nobody was on Justin Kelly in the slot, and he couldn't get it on goal. Couldn't find anyone either. Kelly from Boyko fires it in on Wilson, and it hops on him. 2:42 to go. Keep in mind, the Mayhem have already used their timeout, so this is typically the situation where you'd think about calling it. They used it in the second period. Now, it was a good timeout because they were down 2-0, and they ended up coming back to tie it just later. But that being said, it's going to be interesting to see how this one finishes out. You need to get some setup ozone time for Boyko to be able to go. 2:42 left. Boyko still in his crease. Cohen back to Del Civita. Shot goes through traffic but missed the net. Bartuccio Pereira, a failed pinch, and Cohen can't keep the blue line. He's tied away from the puck as well. Rolling puck in the neutral zone. First man there is going to be Alex Cohen. Della Civita to Cohen. Hopped away from Bartuccio Pereira. And now Della Civita back. Bartuccio Pereira didn't have his stick on the ice. And now the Havoc are set up in the O-zone. Della Civita skates up with it. Gets the red line, dumps it in. Couldn't get it deep though. The Mayhem changing. Bad pass though. Goldowski got it deep. Boyko inching out. Got to imagine if the Mayhem can get into the zone, that'll be it for Boyko. Up the ice, Witherspoon. Beers trying to enter the zone and does. Boyko goes to the bench. Extra attacker out for the Mayhem. Turned over promptly, and now Huntsville moving the other way. Fired at the empty net, blocked by Goldowski. 1:28 to go. Goldowski to Beers. Up to Kelly. Across the red line. Gets it deep. Dump and chase hockey here in the late stages. Looking for a tying goal. Tipped in front. Goldowski from the blue line. Cohen moves it up the wall. Witherspoon along to Beers. He'll fire it back in. Off the end boards. Kelly gets to the puck, but it's swatted away from him. Fired out. Beers swatting at it. Gets it to Witherspoon. 1 minute left in regulation. Messier in the corner. Kelly and Witherspoon as well. Good bank pass by Gio Procopio. This one's fired the length of the ice. Bartuccio Pereira swats at it. It's off the outside of the net, and that's icing against the Havoc. That was almost incredibly accurate from the complete other end boards.
As soon as you saw four Macon Mayhem players pinch into that corner, you knew they were going to be in trouble if they didn't win it off that corner. So the fact that they walk away free with another chance in the O-zone, but what an attempt.
Thompson, May, Price, Kelgen, Bartuccio Pereira, and Kelly. 5 forwards on the ice.
And the Mayhem were able to head to the bench quickly to discuss.
Slapped around the wall. It's going to go all the way down. This is going to be another icing if Bartuccio Pereira can get there, and he does. 31.1 to go in this 1-goal game.
Justin Kelly out of gas had to give up that chase as he will head to the bench. The only substitution there.
I don't know that I've ever seen a game score sheet look like this. Only 2 penalties in the first, all of that ink on the score sheet in the second, and then the only ink in the third, an unassisted goal to take the lead by the Huntsville Havoc's Ethan Lindsay. Bartuccio Pereira, cross ice, one-timer, Cohen fanned on it, his stick broke on him. Bartuccio Pereira gets it deep, back to 5-on-5. Thompson fires it up to the blue line. Witherspoon looking for Bartuccio Pereira. 15 seconds left. Through traffic. Cohen on the back door. He couldn't get it on net. Another shot for Thompson. Tipped in front. Bartuccio Pereira. Back door again. And it's going to be cleared out by Huntsville. And that will do it. Icing maybe, yes. 1 second left on the clock. There's going to be just enough time. Cohen was there on the back door with a new stick. Just couldn't get the puck to his blade.
Wilson just out of position after making the original save. Cohen just facing the wrong way. Now the Mayhem will have to have a either shot off the draw or quick win-in shot. But you would think this would all be up to Cohen.
May with a quick slap shot, couldn't get it on net, blocked by Procopio, and that will do it for this one. A hard-fought game and a win for the Huntsville Havoc to remain undefeated. Final score in this one, 3-2.
It was a hard-fought game, like you said, on both sides. That second period really showed both of these teams' physicality and aggressiveness, and new development for the Mayhem. You like to see it. If you're a Mayhem fan, they just can't finish it out. A good battle the whole way. Really a treat of a game. Lindsay in the third period, just the difference with a great step through, able to put it to the back of the net. But if you are a Macon Mayhem fan, you have to like the fight you've seen from this team. The second game in a row, they've gone down 2-0 and were able to put themselves in it and give themselves a chance.
An encouraging start to the season. A lot of fight in this team, a lot of talent. You just got to start playing from ahead instead of from behind. The fact that this team has not led yet this season is shocking considering the way that we've seen them play.
Yeah, have to get out to a fast start over the next month. Of course, we mentioned the long road trip, especially when you're away from the home crowd. You need those fast starts. So it'll be interesting to see. But also, they haven't been in the lead once. You still have multiple points on the season. So, some give and take to that stat line.
The Havoc improved to 3-0 on the year. The Mayhem dropping to 1-1-0-1 with a win, a regulation loss, and a shootout loss. That'll do it from us here in Macon. The final score, one last time, Huntsville 3, Mayhem 2. Appreciate you for spending your Saturday evening with us here on Flow Hockey and the Mayhem.